their ability to manipulate time, present a unique challenge to the wizards, who must use their magical prowess and strategic minds to counter the centipede's temporal tricks. The Architect and the Mammoths. The connection between the lobster wizards, the neurotemporal centipedes, and the Architect Resplendent lies in the ancient string bank constructed around the great mastodon skeleton. The Architect, a master of both design and magic, created this structure to harness the power of the mastodon's bones, which are imbued with quantum energy. The mammoths, including various species like stegomastodons, stegodons, steglatrocelidones, pileomastodons, nodiomastodons, cynomastodons, hemimastodons, and meomastodons, play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of this realm. Their bones, rich with ancient energy, are key to the functioning of the string bank and the quantum warp DR. The Interconnected Battle. The mental chess game between the lobster wizards and the neurotemporal centipedes is not just a test of intellect, but also a battle for control over the temporal energies that flow through the string bank. The Architect's design allows these energies to be channeled and manipulated, making the game a high-stakes contest with far-reaching consequences. The Cosmic Symphony. As the lobster wizards and the centipedes make their moves, the galactic spiraling Civatherium and the interdimensional quantum burrowing tunneling fractal dragons utilize the mental temporal neural internet (MTNI) to monitor and influence the game. The MTNI, a vast network connecting minds and realities, allows these beings to share knowledge and strategies, ensuring that the balance of the multiverse is maintained. The Prophecy and the Book. Amidst this cosmic struggle, the Book of the White Moth and the Prophecy of the Golden Ones returning hold significant importance. The book contains ancient wisdom and rituals, including warnings about the ritual of the white moose and the friendly man, who is not to be trusted. These prophecies guide the actions of the lobster wizards and their allies, helping them navigate the complexities of their world. The Altar of the Centipede God. In the heart of the ancient forest, the altar of the centipede god stands as a reminder of the delicate balance between order and chaos. The giant centipedes, flying goblins, and elephants that gather here are part of a larger cosmic dance, their actions influenced by the outcomes of the mental chess game. The next chapter. As the lobster wizards continue their battle against the neurotemporal centipedes, the stakes grow higher. The Architect's design, the power of the mammoths, and the wisdom of the ancient prophecies all converge in this epic struggle. The outcome of the game will determine the fate of the multiverse, and the players must use all their cunning and strength to emerge victorious. The outcome of the game will determine the fate of the multiverse, and the players must use all their cunning and strength to emerge victorious. I hope you enjoyed this next chapter of the tale. Feel free to add your own twists and turns to the story. The Nocturne Express, the ghost train of Mongolia. In the vast, windswept steppes of Mongolia, a chilling legend haunts the rural countryside. This is the tale of the Nocturne Express, a ghost train that roams the night skies, leaving a trail of fear and sorrow in its wake. The appearance. The Nocturne Express is no ordinary train. Its front is adorned with mammoth tusks, giving it a fearsome and ancient appearance. The train's body is shrouded in a spectral glow, and its wheels never touch the ground, instead floating eerily above the earth. As it moves, it recites verses from the works of Percy Shelley and Alfred Lord Tennyson, its voice echoing through the night like a mournful wail. The terror. The train's presence is a harbinger of doom. It appears without warning, gliding silently over the Mongolian steppe. Those who see it are often struck with an overwhelming sense of dread. The Nocturne Express is known to target the innocent, including children, leaving behind a trail of tragedy and despair. The origins. The origins of the Nocturne Express are shrouded in mystery. Some say it was once a grand locomotive that traversed the Trans-Mongolian Railway, but a terrible accident caused it to become cursed. Others believe it is a manifestation of ancient spirits seeking vengeance. Whatever the truth, the train's spectral journey continues, driven by forces beyond human understanding. The connection to the mammoths. The mammoth tusks on the front of the Nocturne Express are not merely decorative. They are said to be imbued with the spirits of ancient mammoths, creatures that once roamed the earth in great herds. These spirits lend the train its otherworldly power, allowing it to traverse both time and space. The architect and the mammoths. The architect Resplendent, who constructed the string bank around the great mastodon skeleton, is believed to have a connection to the Nocturne Express. The architect's work with the mammoth bones and the quantum warp doctor may have inadvertently awakened the spirits that now drive the ghost train. The mammoths, including various species like stegomastodons, stegodons, and cynomastodons, are all part of this ancient and mystical lineage. The prophecy and the book. The Book of the White Moth contains prophecies that speak of the Nocturne Express. It warns of the train's arrival and the chaos it brings. The book also mentions the Golden Ones, beings of great power who may one day return to restore balance. The ritual of the White Moose is said to be a key to understanding the train's curse, but it is a dangerous ceremony that few dare to perform. The Friendly Man. Among those who seek to understand the Nocturne Express is a figure known as the Friendly Man. Despite his name, he is not to be trusted. His true intentions are hidden, and his involvement with the ghost train remains a mystery. The aftermath. As the Nocturne Express continues its spectral journey, the people of Mongolia live in constant fear. The train's haunting presence serves as a reminder of the fragile boundary between the living and the dead, and the ancient forces that still roam the earth. The train's haunting presence serves as a reminder of the fragile boundary between the living and the dead, and the ancient forces that still roam the earth. I hope you found this tale intriguing. Feel free to add your own twists and turns to the story. The Dream of the Nocturne Express. In the heart of a mystical forest, Leo and Ellen found themselves in a dream, guided by the spirit of the elephant tree. They watched in awe as lobsters wrestled while playing mental computer chess against wizards and pterodactyls. Above them, obsidian pyramids flamed and glowed with heavenly delight, casting an ethereal light over the scene. The Nocturne Express. The spirit of the elephant tree began to tell them the tale of the Nocturne Express, a ghost train that haunted the Mongolian steppes. This spectral locomotive, adorned with mammoth tusks, roamed the night skies, quoting verses from Shelley and Tennyson as it moved. The train was a harbinger of doom, bringing death and despair to the innocent, including children. The Galactic Symphony. As the game of chess progressed, the galactic spiraling Civatherium and crab mastodons danced in the sky, creating a cosmic symphony. Cloud beds floated lazily, and Carnival Jack, a mischievous trickster, put the big wizard in a precarious position. The wizard, known as Mary Lloyd, was none other than Alan's grandmother, a powerful sorceress with a mysterious past. The stories within the story. The spirit continued, weaving tales of fire weavers who spun flames into intricate patterns, and ant wheels, a wise old woman who could control the winds. There were also the earth takers and earth diggers, beings who shaped the land with their immense strength. The psychic infrastructure. In this dream, the psychic infrastructure of the world was under attack. Mental hackers like bull weevils burrowing into trees sought to disrupt the delicate balance. These hackers were led by a shadowy figure known only as King, whose motives were shrouded in darkness. The Prophecy and the Book. The spirit of the elephant tree spoke of the Book of the White Moth, a tome of ancient wisdom that held the key to understanding the Nocturne Express. It warned of the ritual of the white moose, a dangerous ceremony that could unleash chaos. The friendly man, despite his name, was not to be trusted, and his involvement with the ghost train was a cause for concern. The Awakening. As the dream began to fade, Leo and Ellen felt a sense of urgency. They knew they had to act to protect their world from the impending threat. The spirit of the elephant tree gave them one final piece of advice: trust in your allies, and remember that even in the darkest times, there is always hope. The return to reality. Leo and Ellen awoke with a start, the dream still vivid in their minds. They knew that the tale of the Nocturne Express was more than just a story, it was a warning. With newfound determination, they set out to uncover the truth and protect their world from the shadows that threatened it. With newfound determination, they set out to uncover the truth and protect their world from the shadows that threatened it. I hope you enjoyed this fantastical tale. Feel free to add your own twists and turns to the story. The army of giant tarantulas and the queenly Gigantopithecus. In a hidden valley, deep within the heart of an ancient jungle, there exists an army of giant tarantulas. These formidable creatures, with their massive hairy bodies and venomous fangs, are led by a wise and regal Gigantopithecus. This queenly figure, towering over her arachnid subjects, possesses an intellect unmatched by any other being in the jungle. The queenly Gigantopithecus. The Gigantopithecus, known as Queen Urania, is not only a leader but also a scholar. She has spent centuries studying the mysteries of the universe, and her knowledge spans across various fields of science and mathematics. Her most prized discovery is her understanding of the Riemann hypothesis, one of the most important unsolved problems in pure mathematics. The Riemann hypothesis. Queen Urania often gathers her tarantula subjects to explain complex theorems and mathematical concepts. One day, she decided to enlighten them about the Riemann hypothesis. She explained that this hypothesis, proposed by Bernhard Riemann in 1859, concerns the distribution of prime numbers and the zeros of the Riemann zeta function. According to the hypothesis, all non-trivial zeros of the zeta function have a real part of 1/2. The things. The tarantulas, fascinated by their queen's teachings, began to refer to these complex concepts as the things. They would often gather in groups, discussing the things and trying to grasp the profound implications of the Riemann hypothesis. The term the things became a symbol of their quest for knowledge and understanding. The connection to the larger world. Queen Urania's teachings and the tarantula's discussions about the things had far-reaching implications. The knowledge they gained allowed them to understand the intricate patterns of the universe, making them formidable strategists and tacticians. This newfound wisdom also connected them to the broader cosmic events, such as the mental computer chess games between the lobster wizards and the Nero-temporal centipedes. The Galactic Symphony. As the tarantulas delved deeper into their studies, they became aware of the galactic spiraling Civatherium and the crab mastodons that danced in the sky. They learned about the cloud beds and the mischievous Carnival Jack, who played tricks on the big wizard, Mary Lloyd. These cosmic beings and events were all part of a larger symphony that the tarantulas were now attuned to. The Prophecy and the Book. Queen Urania also spoke of the Book of the White Moth and the prophecy of the Golden Ones returning. She warned her subjects about the ritual of the white moose and the friendly man, who was not to be trusted. These ancient prophecies and warnings guided the tarantulas in their quest for knowledge and survival. The Psychic Infrastructure. The tarantulas' understanding of the things also made them aware of the psychic infrastructure of their world. They learned about the mental hackers who, like bull weevils, burrowed into trees to disrupt the delicate balance of reality. These hackers were led by a shadowy figure known as King, whose motives were shrouded in darkness. The Aftermath. With Queen Irania's guidance, the army of giant tarantulas became not only a force to be reckoned with, but also a beacon of knowledge and wisdom. They continued to explore the mysteries of the universe, always seeking to understand the things and their place in the cosmic symphony. They continued to explore the mysteries of the universe, always seeking to understand the things and their place in the cosmic symphony. I hope you enjoyed this fantastical tale. Feel free to add your own twists and turns to the story. Riemann hypothesis. The tale of the Gigantopithecus in the Appalachian Mountains. In the misty Appalachian Mountains, during a torrential rainstorm, a group of Gigantopithecus, the largest apes to have ever lived, embarked on a peculiar journey. These ancient giants, thought to be extinct, had adapted to modern times in the most unexpected ways. The goat carts. Each Gigantopithecus rode a goat cart, a sturdy vehicle pulled by robust mountain goats. The carts were adorned with mammoth tusks, a nod to their ancient heritage. As the rain poured down, the Gigantopithecus navigated the winding mountain paths with ease, their massive forms silhouetted against the stormy sky. The music. To pass the time, they listened to Die Forlie, the Trout by Franz Schubert, a deep and soulful German song that resonated with the rhythm of the rain. The melody, filled with the beauty of nature and the flow of water, seemed to harmonize with their journey, creating a surreal and almost magical atmosphere. The Lorentz boost. As they sped through the mountains, the Gigantopithecus discussed the Lorentz boost, a concept from special relativity that describes how the coordinates of an event change under a transformation that mixes space and time. Their deep voices rumbled through the air, blending with the sound of the rain and the music. Alan's encounter. Meanwhile, Alan was driving a peculiar vehicle from the back seat, trying to keep up with the speeding goat carts. He was caught off guard by the sight of the Gigantopithecus and their unusual mode of transportation. As they passed him, he could hear snippets of their conversation about the Lorentz boost, adding to the surreal nature of the encounter. The aftermath. The Gigantopithecus continued their journey through the rain-soaked mountains, their goat carts leaving tracks in the muddy paths. The combination of ancient wisdom, modern physics, and classical music created a unique and unforgettable experience for anyone fortunate enough to witness it. The combination of ancient wisdom, modern physics, and classical music created a unique and unforgettable experience for anyone fortunate enough to witness it. I hope you enjoyed this whimsical tale. Feel free to add your own twists and turns to the story. Franz Schubert, Wikipedia. The interplay of mathematics, physics, mechanics, and harmonics in classical music. Classical music, with its intricate structures and harmonies, is deeply intertwined with principles of mathematics, physics, mechanics, and harmonics. Let's explore how these disciplines relate to the spiraling circles of classical music. Mathematics and classical music. Patterns and structures. Fibonacci sequence. Many classical compositions, such as those by Bach and Mozart, exhibit patterns that align with the Fibonacci sequence. This sequence, where each number is the sum of the two preceding ones, creates a natural sense of progression and balance in music. Golden ratio. The golden ratio, approximately 1.618, is often found in the structure of musical compositions. It creates aesthetically pleasing proportions, whether in the timing of movements or the arrangement of themes. Rhythms and time signatures. Time signatures. The mathematical division of time in music is represented by time signatures, which dictate the number of beats in a measure and the value of each beat. Complex time signatures, such as July 8th or May 4th, challenge both composers and performers to create and maintain intricate rhythmic patterns. Physics and classical music. Sound waves and frequencies. Harmonics. The study of harmonics involves understanding how sound waves interact to create overtones and resonance. Instruments produce sound through vibrations, and the physics of these vibrations determines the timbre and pitch of the notes. Acoustics. The design of concert halls and instruments is heavily influenced by acoustics, the branch of physics that deals with sound. The shape and materials of a space can enhance or dampen certain frequencies, affecting the overall sound quality. Resonance and sympathetic vibrations. Resonance. When an object vibrates at its natural frequency, it can cause other objects with the same natural frequency to vibrate as well. This principle is used in the construction of musical instruments to amplify sound. Sympathetic vibrations. Instruments like the piano and the sitar utilize sympathetic strings that vibrate in response to the played notes, enriching the sound with additional harmonics. Mechanics and classical music. Instrument design and function. Mechanics of instruments. The construction and operation of musical instruments involve principles of mechanics. For example, the tension of strings on a violin or the airflow through a flute are governed by mechanical principles that affect the sound produced. Piano mechanics. The action of a piano, where pressing a key causes a hammer to strike a string, involves a complex mechanical system that translates the musician's touch into sound. Motion and dynamics. Bow motion. The motion of a bow across the strings of a violin or cello involves precise mechanical control to produce different dynamics and articulations. Breath control. Wind and brass players use their breath to control the dynamics and pitch of their instruments, applying principles of fluid mechanics. Harmonics and classical music. Overtones and chords. Overtones, harmonics, or overtones are higher frequencies that resonate above the fundamental pitch of a note. Composers use these overtones to create rich, complex chords and harmonies. Chord progressions. The progression of chords in a piece of music follows harmonic principles that create tension and resolution, guiding the listener through the emotional landscape of the composition. Tuning systems. Equal temperament. The modern tuning system, known as equal temperament, divides the octave into 12 equal parts. This system allows for the consistent tuning of instruments across different keys, enabling the complex harmonic structures found in classical music. Spiraling circles in classical music. Circular patterns. Fugues and canons. Compositional forms like fugues and canons often involve circular patterns where themes are repeated and developed in a cyclical manner. This creates a sense of continuity and unity within the piece. Spiral dynamics. The concept of spiraling dynamics can be seen in the way themes and motifs evolve throughout a composition, gradually building in complexity and intensity. Harmonic spirals. Circle of fifths. The circle of fifths is a visual representation of the relationships between different keys in music. It illustrates how moving by intervals of a fifth creates a spiral pattern that encompasses all 12 keys in the chromatic scale. Modulation. Composers use modulation or the shifting from one key to another to create a sense of movement and progression. This can be thought of as a harmonic spiral that guides the listener through different tonal landscapes. Conclusion. The interplay of mathematics, physics, mechanics, and harmonics in classical music creates a rich tapestry of sound and structure. These disciplines provide the foundation for the intricate patterns, resonant harmonies, and dynamic movements that define classical music. The spiraling circles of classical music, whether in the form of harmonic progressions or thematic development, reflect the deep connections between these fields and the art of music. The spiraling circles of classical music, whether in the form of harmonic progressions or thematic development, reflect the deep connections between these fields and the art of music. I hope you enjoyed this exploration of the connections between mathematics, physics, mechanics, harmonics, and classical music. Feel free to add your own thoughts and insights. The grand yarn of mastodon trains and musical harmonics. In a world where the boundaries of reality and imagination blur, a grand tale unfolds. This is a story of mastodon trains, musical harmonics, grand physics, and dimensional theory. It is a tale of pocket realms and dimensions that inhabit the notes between the notes, creating a symphony of existence. The mastodon trains. In the hidden desert, where time and space intertwine, the mastodon trains thunder across the sands. These colossal locomotives, adorned with ancient mammoth tusks, are powered by the energy of forgotten epochs. Their wheels carve deep tracks into the earth, resonating with the rhythm of the universe. The musical harmonics. As the mastodon trains journey through the desert, they emit a haunting melody. This music is not just sound, it is a manifestation of musical harmonics that connect the physical and metaphysical realms. The notes they play are imbued with the principles of quantum harmonies, where the vibrations of strings and particles create a cosmic symphony. The grand physics and dimensional theory. The world of the mastodon trains is governed by the laws of grand physics and dimensional theory. These trains traverse pocket realms, hidden dimensions that exist between the folds of reality. Each pocket realm is a unique universe, with its own rules and harmonics. The mastodon trains navigate these realms using the principles of string theory, where the vibrations of strings determine the nature of particles and forces. The notes between the notes. In this world, the concept of notes between the notes is more than a metaphor. It represents the hidden dimensions and frequencies that exist beyond our perception. The mastodon trains, with their harmonic engines, tap into these frequencies, creating a bridge between the known and the unknown. The division of 12. The division of the octave into 12 notes, known as equal temperament, is a mathematical construct that allows for the consistent tuning of instruments across different keys. However, in the world of the mastodon trains, this division is seen as a starting point, not a limitation. The true nature of music and reality is a spectrum, not a gradient. The mastodon trains explore the infinite possibilities that lie beyond the conventional divisions, creating harmonies that transcend human understanding. The elves, gnomes, dwarves, and goblins. In the hidden desert, elves, gnomes, dwarves, and goblins have become cobblers of wooden shoes. They work tirelessly, crafting footwear that resonates with the harmonics of the mastodon trains. Their shoes are not just functional, they are instruments that play the music of the universe with every step. The centipede spiders and temporal lobsters. From the skies, centipede spiders and great temporal lobsters rain down, bringing chaos and transformation. These creatures are the clockmasters and clockmakers, beings that manipulate time and space. They sand the sides of camels, devouring humans and their villages, leaving behind a landscape of change and renewal. The dragons and the hidden desert. The dragons, once protectors of the hidden desert, find themselves powerless against the onslaught. Their ancient magic is no match for the temporal forces unleashed by the centipede spiders and lobsters. The hidden desert becomes a place of mystery and danger, where the laws of physics and time are constantly rewritten. The tale continues. As the mastodon trains continue their journey, the elves, gnomes, dwarves, and goblins work to restore balance. They seek to understand the deeper harmonics of the universe, exploring the notes between the notes and the dimensions that lie beyond. Their quest is a testament to the enduring power of curiosity and the unending search for knowledge. Their quest is a testament to the enduring power of curiosity and the unending search for knowledge. I hope you enjoyed this grand yarn. Feel free to add your own twists and turns to the story. Quantum harmonies, modern physics, and music. The mathematics of music, understanding rhythms, harmonies, and frequencies. The Tale of the Gribbly Goblin Alchemist. In a hidden laboratory deep within the enchanted forest, a gribbly goblin alchemist named Grimble toiled away. Grimble was no ordinary goblin. He was a master of neurotemporal magic, a form of brain-time manipulation that allowed him to pierce the realms and traverse the fabric of reality. The creation of wormhole gods. Using his knowledge of chess techniques and ancient alchemical formulas, Grimble created wormhole gods, beings of immense power that could control the flow of time and space. These gods were born from the golden spheres that existed in various temporal frequencies, each one a gateway to a different dimension. The leeways of the interwebs. Grimble discovered that the interwebs, a network of golden and atramentous black ink webs created by the architect, could be used to navigate these temporal frequencies. The interwebs were inhabited by spiders and other creatures from the entropic beyond, a realm that lay beyond the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn. The mailbox helicopter. One day, while experimenting with his magic, Grimble noticed a mailbox in his laboratory. To his astonishment, the mailbox took off like a helicopter, spinning its lid and flying around the room. This whimsical sight reminded Grimble of teeth flying out of mouths and returning to rule, roosting like roosters, hens, bats, bees, rooks, bishops, prelates, and priests. The blue wildebeests. As Grimble pondered the flying mailbox, he wondered about the fate of the blue wildebeests. These majestic creatures, once abundant in the enchanted forest, had become rare. Grimble decided to use his neurotemporal magic to search for them, hoping to bring them back to their former glory. The journey through the golden spheres. Grimble embarked on a journey through the golden spheres, using the leeways of the interwebs to traverse the various temporal frequencies. Along the way, he encountered many strange and wondrous beings, including temporal spiders, guardians of the interwebs. These spiders wove intricate webs that connected different dimensions. Entropic creatures, beings from the entropic beyond, they possess knowledge of the ancient realms and the secrets of time. Wormhole gods, Grimble's own creations, these gods guided him through the temporal frequencies, helping him navigate the complex web of time and space. The return of the blue wildebeests. After many adventures, Grimble finally found the blue wildebeests in a hidden pocket realm. Using his neurotemporal magic, he brought them back to the enchanted forest, restoring balance to the ecosystem. The blue wildebeests roamed freely once more, their presence a testament to Grimble's ingenuity and determination. The legacy of Grimble. Grimble's discoveries and creations left a lasting impact on the enchanted forest. The wormhole gods, temporal spiders, and entropic creatures continued to watch over the realms, ensuring that the balance of time and space was maintained. Grimble himself became a legend, his name synonymous with the wonders of neurotemporal magic and the mysteries of the interwebs. Grimble himself became a legend, his name synonymous with the wonders of neurotemporal magic and the mysteries of the interwebs. I hope you enjoyed this fantastical tale. Feel free to add your own twists and turns to the story. The alchemical revival of ceratopsians. In a world where ancient wisdom and modern science intertwine, a group of alchemists sought to revive the majestic ceratopsians, dinosaurs like Sinoceratops, Inoceratops, Triceratops, Styracosaurus, Yinlong, and Cicadasaurus. Their quest led them to explore the principles of von Neumann entropy, golden Fibonacci spirals, and the mysterious nature of black holes. Von Neumann entropy and black holes. Von Neumann entropy is a measure of the quantum information content of a system described by a density matrix. In the context of black holes, this entropy is related to the information paradox and the thermodynamic properties of black holes. Black holes, with their immense gravitational pull, can trap information, leading to an increase in entropy as described by the Bekenstein-Hawking formula. Golden Fibonacci spirals. The golden Fibonacci spirals are patterns that appear in nature, art, and architecture, characterized by the golden ratio, approximately 1.618. These spirals represent a form of natural harmony and balance, often found in the arrangement of leaves, shells, and galaxies. The interaction within black holes. The alchemists hypothesized that the interaction between von Neumann entropy and golden Fibonacci spirals within the structure of black holes could create a unique environment where the laws of physics and time could be manipulated. They believed that by harnessing this interaction, they could access the temporal frequencies needed to revive the ceratopsians. The alchemical process. Creating the wormhole gods. The alchemists used their knowledge of neurotemporal magic to create wormhole gods, beings capable of manipulating time and space. These gods were essential for navigating the complex temporal frequencies within black holes. Traversing the golden spheres. By using the golden Fibonacci spirals as a guide, the alchemists traversed the golden spheres, pocket realms that existed within the temporal frequencies of black holes. These spheres were interconnected by the interwebs of the architect, a network of golden and atramentous black ink webs. Manipulating von Neumann entropy. The alchemists manipulated the von Neumann entropy within the black holes to create a stable environment for the revival process. By controlling the entropy, they could ensure that the information needed to reconstruct the ceratopsians was preserved and accurately replicated. The revival of ceratopsians. Using their advanced techniques, the alchemists successfully revived the ceratopsians. The Sinoceratops, Inoceratops, Triceratops, Styracosaurus, Yinlong, and Cicadasaurus roamed the earth once more, their presence a testament to the alchemists' mastery of both ancient and modern knowledge. The entropic beyond. The alchemists' work attracted the attention of creatures from the entropic beyond, a realm beyond the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn. These beings, including spiders and other entities, were drawn to the alchemists' manipulation of entropy and time. They offered their assistance, helping to maintain the delicate balance between the revived ceratopsians and the natural world. The flying mailbox. In a whimsical twist, a mailbox in the alchemist's laboratory took off like a helicopter, spinning its lid and flying around. This magical mailbox became a symbol of the alchemist's success, a reminder that even the most mundane objects could be transformed through the power of alchemy. The legacy. The alchemists' achievements left a lasting legacy. Their understanding of von Neumann entropy, golden Fibonacci spirals, and black hole dynamics paved the way for future discoveries. The ceratopsians thrived, and the alchemists continued to explore the mysteries of the universe, always seeking to push the boundaries of knowledge and imagination. The ceratopsians thrived, and the alchemists continued to explore the mysteries of the universe, always seeking to push the boundaries of knowledge and imagination. I hope you enjoyed this fantastical tale. Feel free to add your own twists and turns to the story. Von Neumann entropy Wikipedia. Golden ratio Wikipedia. Black hole thermodynamics Wikipedia. The Goblin and the Polar Bear Race. In a fantastical race, a goblin named Grizzle drove a sleek, enchanted race car, while his competitor, a polar bear named Frost, sported cool sunglasses and a bright red sports car. The race was a spectacle of magic and speed, with the two racers zooming through mystical landscapes. The Poincaré conjecture and Ramanujan conjectures. The Poincaré conjecture is a fundamental theorem in the field of geometric topology. It states that every simply connected, closed three-dimensional manifold is homeomorphic to a three-dimensional sphere. This conjecture was famously proven by Grigory Perelman in 2003. The Ramanujan conjectures, proposed by the mathematician Srinivasa Ramanujan, involve the properties of modular forms and their Fourier coefficients. Specifically, they predict the behavior of the tau function, which is related to the coefficients of the modular discriminate function. Using formulas against shield volcanoes and data ISM. To revive ancient creatures like mastodons, ground sloths, and huge spiders, as well as romantic poets, we can imagine a scenario where the principles of the Poincaré conjecture and Ramanujan conjectures are applied in a fantastical alchemical process. Shield volcanoes. Shield volcanoes, with their broad, gentle slopes formed by low-viscosity lava, can be seen as natural laboratories for alchemical experiments. The alchemists could use the stable environment of shield volcanoes to conduct their revival rituals. Data ISM interstellar medium. The interstellar medium, filled with cosmic dust and gas, can be harnessed to gather the necessary elements for the revival process. By manipulating the data ISM, alchemists could extract the building blocks of life and infuse them with magical properties. The revival process. Neurotemporal magic. Using neurotemporal magic, the alchemists could manipulate the flow of time and space within the shield volcanoes. This would allow them to create a stable environment where the revival process could take place. Golden Fibonacci spirals. The golden Fibonacci spirals, representing natural harmony and balance, would guide the alchemists in aligning the temporal frequencies needed for the revival. These spirals would help them navigate the complex web of time and space. Von Neumann entropy. By controlling von Neumann entropy, the alchemists could ensure that the information needed to reconstruct the ancient creatures and poets is preserved. This would involve creating a stable quantum environment where the revival process could occur. The revival of creatures and poets. With the principles of the Poincaré conjecture and Ramanujan conjectures, the alchemists successfully revived the mastodons, ground sloths, huge spiders, and romantic poets. The poets, with their hearts infused into the mastodon trains, began to quote their works, creating a symphony of poetry and motion. The works of the Romantic poets. The revived poets included the likes of Percy Bysshe Shelley, Mary Shelley, Lord Byron, and John Polidori. Their works, such as Ozymandias, Frankenstein, The Last Man, Matilda, and Valperga, became living entities, roaming the world and inspiring all who encountered them. Their works, such as Ozymandias, Frankenstein, The Last Man, Matilda, and Valperga, became living entities, roaming the world and inspiring all who encountered them. I hope you enjoyed this imaginative tale. Feel free to add your own twists and turns to the story. Ramanujan-Peterson conjecture, Wikipedia. The Ramanujan conjecture and its applications. Shield volcano definition, examples, hazards. Poincare conjecture, Wikipedia. Poincare conjecture, Wolfram MathWorld. Lord Byron and the Battle of the Orcs. In a fantastical realm where poetry and myth collide, Lord Byron, the renowned romantic poet, found himself leading a pack of orcs into battle. These orcs, fierce and loyal, rode on the back of a giant armadillo, a colossal creature with armor-like scales and immense strength. The Sky Guardians, pterodactyls. Above them, pterodactyls soared through the skies, their wings casting vast shadows over the battlefield. These majestic flying reptiles, often mistaken for pterodactyls, were the guardians of the skies, ensuring that no enemy could approach unnoticed. The towering boars. On the ground, huge boars with 3 rows of tusks towered over everything. These boars were not ordinary creatures, they were massive, almost mythical beasts, each equipped with war towers on their backs. These towers were manned by archers and pyrokinetic mages, who rained down arrows and fire upon their enemies with lethal precision. The battle unfolds. As the battle commenced, Lord Byron, with his poetic flair and strategic mind, led the charge. The orcs, riding the giant armadillo, smashed through enemy lines with unstoppable force. The pterodactyls swooped down, picking off foes and creating chaos from above. The boars, with their tusks and towers, were a formidable presence, their pyrokinetic mages setting the battlefield ablaze. The legacy of the battle. The battle was a symphony of chaos and poetry, a testament to the power of myth and imagination. Lord Byron, with his Orcish allies and mythical creatures, became a legend, his name forever etched in the annals of this fantastical realm. Lord Byron, with his Orcish allies and mythical creatures, became a legend, his name forever etched in the annals of this fantastical realm. I hope you enjoyed this imaginative tale. Feel free to add your own twists and turns to the story. Pterodactyl Britannica. The Army of Foxes. In a mystical forest, an army of foxes gathered under the leadership of their cunning general Vulpes. These foxes, known for their intelligence and agility, formed a formidable force. They moved silently through the underbrush, their fur blending seamlessly with the dappled sunlight filtering through the trees. Each fox was trained in various forms of combat, from stealthy ambushes to coordinated attacks, making them a force to be reckoned with. The tau function, Euler's number, and imaginary numbers. The tau function is a mathematical function related to the divisors of an integer. It is often studied in number theory and has connections to modular forms. Euler's number E is a fundamental constant in mathematics, approximately equal to 2.71828, and is the base of natural logarithms. The imaginary unit I is defined as the square root of -1, and it is a crucial component in complex number theory. Connections to mycelial networks and scarecrows. The mycelial network beneath trees, often referred to as the wood wide web, is a vast underground network of fungal threads, mycelium, that connect trees and plants, allowing them to communicate and share resources. This network can be seen as a natural analogy to complex mathematical structures, where connections and interactions play a crucial role. The Riemann hypothesis and Poincaré conjecture. The Riemann hypothesis is a conjecture in number theory that suggests all non-trivial zeros of the Riemann zeta function lie on the critical line with real part 1/2. The Poincaré conjecture, proven by Grigori Perelman, states that every simply connected, closed three-dimensional manifold is homeomorphic to a three-dimensional sphere. Pine cones, cave bears, and megalonyx. Pine cones are reproductive structures of gymnosperms, such as conifers, and play a crucial role in their life cycle. Cave bears, Ursus spilius, were large prehistoric bears that lived in Europe during the Pleistocene epoch. Megalonyx, Jefferson's ground sloth, was a large ground sloth that roamed North America during the Pleistocene. The physics of biomolecular Hubbles and Fermi bubbles. Biomolecular Hubbles and Fermi bubbles are fascinating concepts in physics. Fermi bubbles are large structures of gamma-ray emission extending from the center of our galaxy, believed to be related to past activity of the supermassive black hole at the Milky Way's core. These structures can be studied to understand the harmonic structures of the Milky Way and the interactions within our galaxy. Beowulf and cyclic structures. Beowulf is an epic poem with a cyclic structure, often using patterns of 3s and 9s to create a rhythmic and harmonic narrative. This structure can be compared to the Iliad and the Odyssey, which also use repetitive and cyclic patterns to enhance their storytelling. These patterns create a sense of destiny and inevitability, similar to the themes found in Wagner's Ring Cycle. The mycelial network and mathematical logistics. The mycelial network beneath trees can be seen as a natural model for complex logistical systems. By studying these networks, we can develop strategies for efficient resource distribution and communication. The principles of these networks can be applied to various fields, from ecology to computer science, to optimize systems and processes. The Thanksgiving wormhole. As for your uncle getting through the wormhole airport to join you for Thanksgiving, imagine a scenario where advanced technology allows for instantaneous travel through space-time. This would make holiday gatherings much more convenient and perhaps even allow for some creative culinary experiments, like blowing up a turkey with popcorn. This would make holiday gatherings much more convenient and perhaps even allow for some creative culinary experiments, like blowing up a turkey with popcorn. I hope you enjoyed this imaginative and informative journey. Feel free to add your own twists and turns to the story. Ramanujan, Peterson conjecture, Wikipedia. Euler's formula, Wikipedia. Complex numbers, brilliant. Fermi bubbles, NASA. Megalonyx, Wikipedia. Giant ground sloth, ThoughtCo. Poincaré conjecture, Wikipedia. Riemann hypothesis, Wikipedia. Underground networking, National Forest Foundation. Mycelium, the forest's secret communication system, the sandpiper. Beowulf, Wikipedia. Gymnosperms, OpenStax. The Ring Cycle, Wikipedia. The Tale of the Clockmaker and the Goblin Terrace Orchestra. In a land where time and magic intertwine, a clockmaker named Tak led the Goblin Terrace Orchestra. This orchestra, composed of goblins skilled in both music and mechanics, played melodies that could manipulate the very fabric of time. The Quetzalcoatlus and Cryodragon. High above, the skies were patrolled by the majestic Quetzalcoatlus, the largest pterosaur to have ever lived. Alongside it flew the Cryodragon, a mythical creature capable of breathing icy winds that could freeze anything in its path. These guardians of the sky ensured that the land remained safe from any aerial threats. The Paleoloxodon and Paleomastodon. On the ground, the Paleoloxodon and Paleomastodon roamed the ancient forests. These massive creatures, ancestors of modern elephants and mastodons, were revered for their strength and wisdom. The NO2 mastodon, a variant with a unique ability to emit nitrogen dioxide, added a mystical element to their presence. The Stegodon and Steglatro. The Stegodon, with its long, curved tusks, and the Steglatro, a hybrid creature with features of both stegosaurs and mastodons, were formidable inhabitants of this land. They coexisted with the Belodon, a prehistoric crocodile-like creature, and the Stegomastodon, a unique blend of Stegosaurus and mastodon traits. The Hemimastodon and Meomastodon. The Hemimastodon and Meomastodon were specialized variants, each with unique adaptations that allowed them to thrive in different environments. These creatures were part of the intricate web of life that made this land so vibrant and diverse. The Sign of the Golden Spheres. The Sign of the Golden Spheres was a symbol of harmony and balance, representing the interconnectedness of all things. It was said that those who could decipher its meaning would unlock the secrets of the universe. The Mycelial Network and Mathematical Logistics. Beneath the trees, the mycelial network connected the roots of plants and trees, allowing them to communicate and share resources. This network was a natural model for complex logistical systems, demonstrating how interconnected systems could optimize resource distribution and communication. The Physics of Biomolecular Hubbles and Fermi Bubbles. The biomolecular Hubbles and Fermi bubbles were phenomena that illustrated the harmonic structures of the Milky Way. These structures, studied through the lens of physics, revealed the intricate patterns and interactions that shaped our galaxy. The harmonic structures of Beowulf and the Ring Cycle. The epic poem Beowulf utilized cyclic structures of threes and nines to create a rhythmic and harmonic narrative. This structure can be compared to the Iliad and the Odyssey, which also used repetitive patterns to enhance their storytelling. These patterns created a sense of destiny and inevitability, similar to the themes found in Wagner's Ring Cycle. The Thanksgiving Wormhole. As for your uncle getting through the Wormhole Airport to join you for Thanksgiving, imagine a scenario where advanced technology allows for instantaneous travel through space-time. This would make holiday gatherings much more convenient and perhaps even allow for some creative culinary experiments, like blowing up a turkey with popcorn. This would make holiday gatherings much more convenient and perhaps even allow for some creative culinary experiments, like blowing up a turkey with popcorn. I hope you enjoyed this imaginative and informative journey. Feel free to add your own twists and turns to the story. Quetzalcoatlus Taros. Fermi Bubbles NASA. Underground Networking National Forest Foundation. Mycelium, the forest's secret communication system, the Sandpiper. Beowulf Wikipedia. The Ring Cycle Wikipedia. the cosmic clown clock, and the candy spiders. In a realm where time spirals fractally through the cosmos, candy spiders descend upon a circular graveyard that doubles as a chess clock. This clock, perched on the tip of the great cosmic clown clock, is an instrument of fate, its hands moved by the architect who rides a golden chariot drawn by resplendent seahorses. The eyeball gods watch over this realm, sealing the fates of all who dwell within it. The clockmakers and the mystical creatures. As the clockmakers approach, the mastodons and cloud bats prepare for their arrival. Among them, a spider troll lurks, adding to the mystical atmosphere. These beings are part of a grand narrative that intertwines with the principles of Plancke-Archiage conjectures and Feynman's lectures. Ripple waves in a coffee cup and volcanic phenomena. Ripple waves in a coffee cup are a fascinating example of fluid dynamics, where disturbances on the surface create concentric waves. This phenomenon can be linked to the study of spheres and obsidian, as well as volcanic waves and volcanic lightning. Volcanic lightning occurs when ash particles collide, generating static electricity, while ball lightning is a mysterious and rare phenomenon often associated with thunderstorms. The rot of wood and termite function. Wood rot is caused by fungi that break down the cellulose and lignin in wood, leading to decay. Termites play a crucial role in this process as they consume wood and break it down into simpler compounds. Termites have a complex social structure and use pheromones to communicate and coordinate their activities. Mathematical strategy and logistics of ants, wasps, and bees. Ants, wasps, and bees exhibit complex behaviors and strategies that can be likened to mathematical logistics. They use pheromones and other signals to communicate, creating an intricate network that allows them to coordinate their activities efficiently. This network can be seen as a natural form of the Internet, connecting different spheres and frequencies to communicate with other realms. Communication in the animal kingdom. It's fascinating to consider that octopuses, sloths, and elephants might be communicating in ways we don't fully understand. Elephants, for example, use a range of vocalizations and gestures to communicate over long distances. These forms of communication could be seen as connecting them to the halls of time, where everything is permanent and interconnected. The halls of time. In the halls of time, where nothing perishes and everything is eternal, the interconnectedness of all beings becomes apparent. This realm is a place where the principles of Feynman's lectures and mathematical conjectures converge, creating a tapestry of knowledge and wonder. This realm is a place where the principles of Feynman's lectures and mathematical conjectures converge, creating a tapestry of knowledge and wonder. I hope you enjoyed this imaginative and informative journey. At the altar of the centipede god, part Boogaloo, the tree snares. South Africa. In the heart of South Africa, a group of explorers discovered an ancient altar dedicated to the centipede god. This deity, revered by an ancient civilization, was said to control the tree snares, mystical traps hidden within the forest. As the explorers delved deeper, they encountered snail gods slinking through the atmosphere, their presence a testament to the land's rich mythology. Wales. The journey continued to Wales, where the explorers sought the wisdom of the Druids. Here, they learned about the ancient mastodon trains, colossal beasts that once roamed the earth, now only remembered in legends. The Druids spoke of Sabrina Hassenfelder, a scholar who had uncovered secrets about gravity, light, and their relationship to time. China. In China, the explorers encountered the great snail gods once more, their forms shifting and ethereal. They studied the ancient texts that spoke of gravity wells and gravity holes, and the mysteries of black holes and white holes. The concept of entropy and the inevitable march of time weighed heavily on their minds. Thailand. Thailand offered a respite with its serene landscapes, but the mysteries continued. The explorers pondered the nature of trash cannons and the resilience of lobsters. They marveled at the ancient remains of Australopithecus afarensis, contemplating the journey of human evolution. Mongolia. In Mongolia, the vast steppes echoed with the tales of Einstein's theories and the quest for quantum reconciliation. The explorers discussed the immense energy required to understand the future of the Milky Way and the survival of humanity. Laos. In Laos, the explorers discovered a hidden temple where wormhole interconnectedness was a central theme. They imagined an apple worm creating shortcuts through space-time, much like the sandworms of legend. Israel and Palestine. The journey took a poignant turn in Israel and Palestine, where the explorers witnessed the complexities of human conflict and the hope for peace. They reflected on the interconnectedness of all things, much like the wormholes that bridge distant realms. Egypt. In Egypt, the explorers stood in awe of the ancient pyramids, contemplating the gravity wells that might exist beneath them. They discussed the nature of black holes and white holes and the role of entropy in the universe. Morocco. Finally, in Morocco, the explorers found themselves at the altar of the centipede god once more. Here, they realized that their journey had come full circle, each location a piece of a grand puzzle that spanned the globe. Here, they realized that their journey had come full circle, each location a piece of a grand puzzle that spanned the globe. L'ombre de chevalier, the night's shadow. In a dark and twisted forest, a dragon lurked, its form resembling an anglerfish or a snapper turtle. This dragon had a unique ability. It could create a fake princess using pheromones to lure unsuspecting princes. These princes, believing they were rescuing a damsel in distress, would fall into the dragon's trap and be devoured. The dragon's fake princess was a part of its physical structure, a cunning bait that mimicked human features. The princes, driven by their chivalrous instincts, never suspected the truth until it was too late. The dragon's lair was filled with the remnants of its victims, a grim testament to its deceptive prowess. This tale, known as L'ombre de chevalier or the Night's Shadow, served as a cautionary story about the dangers of blind heroism and the importance of seeing beyond appearances. This tale, known as L'ombre de chevalier or the Night. The battle against the spider's web. In a universe where Einstein's theories and computational trellises intersect, we face the spider's web, a complex network woven by time gods and wormhole beings. To navigate and combat this web, we employ Euler's number E and labyrinthine chess clocks to create a strategic framework. Defeating entropy and the entropy crab. Entropy, the measure of disorder, is a formidable foe. However, recent studies suggest that it might be possible to reverse entropy on a microscopic scale. By leveraging Einstein's theories of relativity and quantum mechanics, we can explore the concept of wormholes as shortcuts through spacetime. These wormholes, or Einstein-Rosen bridges, could potentially connect different points in time and space, allowing us to manipulate entropy. The entropy crab, a creature capable of becoming a black hole, represents the ultimate challenge. To defeat it, we must harness the power of black hole thermodynamics. By understanding the relationship between entropy and black holes, we can devise strategies to counteract the entropy crab's abilities. Harnessing the secrets of time with alchemy. The witch under Lake Michigan possesses entropy-reversing hourglasses that can manipulate time. Using alchemy, we can combine these hourglasses with advanced physics to create a device that controls the flow of time. This device would allow us to reverse entropy and potentially bring back extinct creatures. Bringing back extinct creatures. To resurrect creatures like Dunkleistus, stegomastodons, stegotetrabeldans, mammoths, paleoloxodon, and ground sloths like Lestodon, we can use gene editing technology such as CRISPR. By editing the genomes of closely related species, we can recreate these ancient beings and reintroduce them into their natural habitats. The role of computational trellises and tower theories. Computational trellises and tower theories provide the mathematical framework needed to model and predict the behavior of complex systems. By applying these theories, we can simulate the interactions between different elements of the spider's web and devise strategies to navigate and manipulate it. The future of the Milky Way and human survival. Understanding the future of the Milky Way and the survival of humanity requires a deep knowledge of Einstein's theories and quantum mechanics. By studying the harmonic structures of the galaxy and the interactions within it, we can develop technologies to ensure our survival and explore new frontiers. The battle against entropy and the spider's web. In a universe where Einstein's theories and computational trellises intersect, we face the spider's web, a complex network woven by time. Liviaton melvillei. Liviaton melvillei was a massive predatory whale that lived during the Miocene epoch, around 9.9 to 8.9 million years ago. Named after the biblical sea monster Leviathan and Herman Melville, the author of Moby Dick, this whale had enormous teeth, the largest of any known animal, excluding tusks. It was an apex predator, likely preying on other whales and large marine animals. Basilosaurus. Basilosaurus, meaning king lizard, was a genus of large predatory whales from the late Eocene epoch, approximately 41.3 to 33.9 million years ago. Initially mistaken for a reptile due to its elongated body, Basilosaurus was one of the first fully aquatic cetaceans. It had a long, eel-like body and was an apex predator, preying on sharks, large fish, and other marine mammals. Dorudon. Dorudon was a genus of ancient whales that lived alongside Basilosaurus during the Eocene epoch, around 40.4 to 33.9 million years ago. Smaller than Basilosaurus, Dorudon measured about 5 meters 16 feet in length and fed on small fish and mollusks. It had vestigial hind limbs and heterodont teeth, indicating a varied diet. Other extinct whales. There are several other notable extinct whales, including Ambulocetus. Known as the walking whale, it had limbs capable of supporting its weight on land and was semi-aquatic. Pakicetus. One of the earliest known whales, it had features adapted for both land and water. Rhodocetus. Another early whale with adaptations for an aquatic lifestyle. Paracetus colossus, a recently discovered giant whale from the Eocene epoch known for its massive size. Odobenus atops. Odobenus atops is an extinct species of walrus. Unlike modern walruses, it had longer tusks and a more robust body structure. It lived during the Miocene epoch and is an important part of the evolutionary history of pinnipeds. Orca and false killer whales. Orcas or Sinus orca, also known as killer whales, are apex predators known for their complex social structures and hunting techniques. False killer whales, Pseudorca crassidens, are smaller and less aggressive but share similar social behaviors and hunting strategies. Zygophyseter. Zygophyseter verrilli, also known as the killer sperm whale, was a predatory whale from the Miocene epoch. It had large, conical teeth and likely preyed on other marine mammals. Paracetus colossus. Paracetus colossus is a recently discovered giant whale from the Eocene epoch. It is known for its massive size and weight, making it one of the largest animals to have ever existed. Ambulance dispatch and related terms. Ambulance dispatch, the process of coordinating and sending emergency medical It sounds like you're interested in the fascinating world of endorheic basins. One notable example in Namibia is the Etosha Pan, located within the Etosha National Park. This large endorheic basin is approximately twice the size of Luxembourg. The Etosha Pan is a vast flat depression that was once a lakebed. Over time, it has evolved through a combination of fluvial erosion during the rainy season and wind deflation during the dry periods. This process has created a unique landscape that supports a diverse range of wildlife, especially during the rainy season when the pan fills with water, attracting flamingos and other bird species. Another significant endorheic basin in the region is the Kalahari Basin, which spans parts of Namibia, Botswana, and other neighboring countries. The Kalahari Basin includes the famous Okavango Delta, a large inland delta that becomes a seasonally flooded grassland. These basins are crucial for the ecosystems they support, providing habitats for various flora and fauna despite the arid conditions. They also offer a glimpse into the geological and climatic history of the region. Do you find these natural formations as intriguing as I do? Wow, that's an incredibly rich tapestry of ideas. Let's dive into some of these fascinating concepts. The Welsh horse skull ghost. The Mari Lwyd is a traditional Welsh wassailing folk custom. It involves a horse's skull mounted on a pole, carried by a person hidden under a sackcloth. The Mari Lwyd and its party go door to door, singing and challenging households to a battle of rhyming insults. If the Mari Lwyd wins, it gains entry and is rewarded with food and drink from the household's pantry. The Big Wizard and the Bone Robot. In your imaginative world, the Big Wizard is part of the Order of Wizards Magnificent of the Order of Paracelsus, fighting against villainous organizations like the Bullweevil Syndicate and the Carnival Men. The Bone Robot, containing the soul of his deceased grandmother Jill, adds a unique twist to this magical narrative. Entropy and the Arrow of Time. Entropy is a measure of disorder in a system, and the arrow of time refers to the one-way direction or asymmetry of time. The Christoffel symbols are mathematical tools used in the field of differential geometry, crucial for describing the curvature of space-time in general relativity. Each item having a clock refers to the concept of proper time in relativity, where time can run differently depending on the object's velocity and gravitational field. Inverting entropy on a microscopic scale. Inverting entropy involves creating order from disorder, which is theoretically possible on a microscopic scale by rearranging particles or states. This could involve manipulating tuples in voxels and pixels to create a more ordered system, akin to Maxwell's demon thought experiment. Paintball against a zombie dinosaur. Imagine a thrilling game of paintball where players must outmaneuver a zombie dinosaur. The key would be to use strategy and teamwork to avoid being tagged by the dinosaur while trying to paint it with your team's colors. The Huge Skeleton Whale and Melville. Quoting Melville, "O ye whose dead lie buried beneath the green grass, who standing among flowers can say, Here, here lies my beloved, ye know not the desolation that broods in bosoms like these." This evokes the haunting presence of the skeleton whale, a creature of immense power and mystery. Tusked whales and prehistoric creatures. Tusked whales like Odobenus, walrus-like, and narwhals are fascinating. Prehistoric whales like Basilosaurus, Dorodon, and Ambulocetus showcase the evolutionary journey from land to sea. Livyatan and Zygophoceter were formidable predators, while Kairoku and Pelagornis were giant birds that once soared the skies. The Colossus of Rhodes and mathematical wheels. The Colossus of Rhodes was a giant statue, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The concept of mathematical wheels could involve intricate gear systems, like those found in ancient Greek technology, to prime and operate the Colossus. Trains and giant bearded men. Imagine a network of trains in San Antonio pushed by giant 20-foot men with beards. These trains, becoming insect-like, traverse the countryside on webs and rails, devouring houses and rearranging them like chess pieces on a graveyard clock. The Titanic and the Hope Diamond. The Hope Diamond is rumored to bring misfortune, adding a layer of mystery and intrigue to the Titanic's sinking. The rigidity of grassmanions could symbolize the unyielding fate of the ship. Ossuaries and plague victims. The Sedlec Ossuary in the Czech Republic is a chapel adorned with the bones of plague victims. Imagining ossuaries built by the Aztecs or Maori using the bones of Moa and their predators adds a unique cultural twist. Mycenaean Greek Dark Ages. The Mycenaean Greek Dark Ages were a period of decline and obscurity following the collapse of the Mycenaean civilization. The Battle of Thermopylae is famous for the heroic stand of the Spartans against the Persian army. Mesopotamian mythology and number theory. Combining Mesopotamian mythology with number theory and magic could involve colossal war elephants with tentacles and crab legs, and camel-sized sand ants spelling out messages. This blend of ancient lore and mathematical concepts creates a rich, imaginative world. I hope this exploration sparks your creativity. What part of this fantastical world would you like to delve into further? Conic sections, vectors, and inverting entropy. Conic sections, circles, ellipses, parabolas, and hyperbolas and vectors can be used to model and analyze complex systems, including those involving entropy. By understanding the geometric properties and relationships of these shapes, we can create more efficient algorithms for arranging machine states and tuples. Vectors help in representing states and transitions in a multidimensional space, while conic sections can describe the paths and constraints within this space. For example, inverting entropy on a microscopic scale might involve rearranging particles or states to create a more ordered system, akin to Maxwell's demon thought experiment. The second law of thermodynamics. The second law of thermodynamics states that the entropy of an isolated system never decreases, it either increases or remains the same. This law is fundamental to understanding the direction of time and the behavior of energy in physical systems. While theoretically, one might attempt to invert entropy by manipulating machine states and tuples, practical applications are limited by the inherent randomness and computational irreducibility of these systems. Newton, Einstein, and the Great Debate. Isaac Newton and Albert Einstein are often compared for their monumental contributions to physics. Newton's laws of motion and universal gravitation laid the groundwork for classical mechanics, while Einstein's theories of relativity revolutionized our understanding of space, time, and gravity. Despite their differences, both scientists are celebrated for their profound insights. Einstein's contemporaries, including Niels Bohr and Edward Teller, had their disagreements with him, particularly over quantum mechanics. Bohr and Einstein famously debated the nature of quantum reality, with Einstein skeptical of the probabilistic nature of quantum mechanics. Oppenheimer and Ozymandias. J. Robert Oppenheimer, often called the father of the atomic bomb, famously quoted Percy Bysshe Shelley's poem Ozymandias to reflect on the transient nature of power and human achievements. The poem's lines, "My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings, look on my works, ye mighty, and despair," highlight the inevitable decay of even the greatest empires. Prometheus, Frankenstein, and Shelley. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is subtitled The Modern Prometheus, drawing a parallel between the Greek myth of Prometheus, who defied the gods to bring fire to humanity, and Victor Frankenstein, who defied natural laws to create life. Both stories explore themes of hubris, punishment, and the consequences of defying natural order. Combining math, mythology, and science. Your imaginative world blends elements of math, mythology, and science in a fascinating way. By exploring the intersections of these fields, you can create rich, complex narratives that challenge our understanding of reality and the universe. If you have any specific aspects you'd like to delve deeper into, let me know. Mental magic and astral projection. Mental magic and astral projection are fascinating concepts that allow for travel through time, space, and other dimensions. Astral projection involves separating your consciousness from your physical body to explore non-physical dimensions. This can be achieved through meditation, visualization, and self-hypnosis. Practitioners believe that by projecting their astral bodies, they can access otherworldly realms and even different times. Directed Hamiltonian paths and Riemannian-Grassmannian functions. A directed Hamiltonian path in a bipartite graph is a path that visits each vertex exactly once, following a specific direction. This concept can be used in algorithms to optimize routes and solve complex problems in computer science and physics. Riemannian-Grassmannian functions are used in differential geometry to study the properties of Grassmann manifolds, which are spaces that parameterize all linear subspaces of a given dimension within a vector space. These functions are crucial in various applications, including machine learning and optimization problems. Cosmic decay and entropic growth functions. Cosmic decay functions describe the gradual loss of energy in a system, while entropic growth functions measure the increase in disorder or entropy over time. These concepts are fundamental in understanding the thermodynamic behavior of the universe. Batrachian frogs. Beelzebufo, also known as the devil frog, lived during the late Cretaceous period in Madagascar. It was one of the largest frogs ever discovered, with a powerful bite capable of preying on small dinosaurs. Other notable prehistoric frogs include Palea and Patricus, which also exhibited unique adaptations to their environments. Mathematical patricians and Stephen Wolfram. Stephen Wolfram, the creator of Wolfram Alpha and author of A New Kind of Science, has made significant contributions to computational theory and mathematical modeling. His work explores the complexity of natural systems and the potential for simple rules to generate intricate behaviors. Topology and cohomology. Topology is the study of properties that remain unchanged under continuous deformations. Cohomology is a mathematical tool used to study the structure of topological spaces. K-theory cohomology is a branch of algebraic topology that deals with vector bundles and their classifications. Arctic strings and cosmic webs. The Arctic strings between the skies and the webs of lightning between the stars can be seen as poetic metaphors for the interconnectedness of the universe. The Milky Way's cosmic cobweb is a network of dark matter and galaxies, resembling a spider's web. Maxwell's demon and entropic demons. Maxwell's demon is a thought experiment that challenges the second law of thermodynamics by hypothetically allowing a demon to sort particles and decrease entropy. Entropic demons are similar concepts that explore the manipulation of entropy in theoretical physics. Rift Valley and prehistoric creatures. The Rift Valley in Ethiopia is a significant archaeological site where fossils of Australopithecus afarensis have been discovered. This region provides crucial insights into human evolution. Prehistoric creatures like Paleoloxodon and Antiquus Paleoloxodon are ancient relatives of modern elephants, showcasing the diversity of life in the past. Mythical and literary figures. Characters like Beowulf, Arthur, Robin Hood, Lonval, Circe, Tristan, Cymbeline, Coriolanus, Othello, Jean Valjean, and Quasimodo are iconic figures from mythology and literature. Their stories continue to captivate audiences with themes of heroism, tragedy, and adventure. Space-time and black holes. Space-time is the four-dimensional continuum that combines the three dimensions of space with the dimension of time. Gravity warps space-time, causing objects to move along curved paths. Black holes are regions of space where gravity is so strong that not even light can escape. White holes are theoretical opposites of black holes, where matter and energy are expelled. Shield volcanoes and Dadaism. Shield volcanoes are broad, gently sloping volcanoes formed by the eruption of low-viscosity lava. Dadaism was an avant-garde art movement that emerged in the early 20th century, characterized by its rejection of traditional aesthetics and embrace of absurdity. Jazz and disco. Jazz originated in the early 20th century and has evolved through various styles, including swing, bebop, and fusion. Its future remains vibrant as it continues to influence and be influenced by other genres. Disco, which peaked in the 1970s, has seen revivals and continues to inspire contemporary music. Neural internet and pine trees. The concept of a neural internet among pine trees is a poetic way to describe the interconnectedness of nature. Trees communicate through networks of roots and fungi, sharing resources and information. Fire, Moore's Law, and future technology. The discovery of fire was a pivotal moment in human history, providing warmth, protection, and a means to cook food. Moore's Law predicts the doubling of transistors on integrated circuits approximately every 2 years, driving rapid technological advancement. In 100 years, assuming continued progress, we might see advanced AI, space colonization, and unprecedented innovations. Mythical creatures and time travel. Mythical creatures like mastodons, mammoths, yeti, and abominable snowman capture our imagination. Time travel, while still theoretical, remains a popular theme in science fiction. Marie Lloyd and Welsh songs. Marie Lloyd was a famous music hall performer known for her comedic and risque songs. Unfortunately, I can't provide the full lyrics to her songs due to copyright restrictions. Ants and harbingers. Ants spelling out messages like, "We seek war," is a vivid image of nature's communication. The number 37 might be a personal or symbolic reference. Kudzu and trains. Kudzu is an invasive vine that grows rapidly in the southern United States. Neurodivergent characters often play the role of outsiders in fiction, providing unique perspectives and challenging societal norms. Here are some notable examples. Grendel from Beowulf. Grendel is depicted as a monstrous outsider, misunderstood and feared by the humans he encounters. His isolation and inability to communicate effectively with others highlight themes of alienation and otherness. Frankenstein's monster from Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Frankenstein's monster is a quintessential outsider, created by Victor Frankenstein and rejected by society due to his appearance. His struggle for acceptance and understanding mirrors the experiences of many neurodivergent individuals who feel marginalized. Jean Valjean from Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. Jean Valjean, while not explicitly neurodivergent, embodies the outsider role through his status as an ex-convict. His journey of redemption and the societal prejudice he faces resonate with themes of exclusion and the quest for identity. Quasimodo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo. Quasimodo, the deformed bell ringer of Notre Dame, is another classic outsider. His physical differences and the way he is treated by society reflect the challenges faced by those who are perceived as different. Edmond Dantes from The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. Edmond Dantes, wrongfully imprisoned and seeking revenge, becomes an outsider through his transformation into the Count of Monte Cristo. His meticulous planning and focus on justice can be seen as traits that align with certain neurodivergent characteristics. Other notable neurodivergent characters. Christopher Boone from The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. Christopher is a young boy with autism who uses his unique perspective to solve a mystery. Eleanor Oliphant from Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. Eleanor's social awkwardness and routines suggest traits of neurodivergence, and her journey towards connection and healing is deeply moving. Stella Lane from The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hong. Stella, who has Asperger's syndrome, navigates the complexities of love and relationships with a logical and analytical approach. Themes of outsiderness and neurodivergence. These characters often highlight the struggles and strengths of neurodivergent individuals. Their stories emphasize themes of isolation, the search for acceptance, and the unique contributions they can make to society. By portraying neurodivergent characters as outsiders, these works of fiction invite readers to empathize with their experiences and challenge societal norms. Alice's journey through the rabbit hole and the looking glass. Alice, ever curious and adventurous, found herself once again tumbling down the rabbit hole. This time, she was accompanied by the Mad Hatter, who, in this version of Wonderland, was a brilliant black inventor with a penchant for solving the universe's most perplexing mysteries. The Hatter, who had ADHD, was always bursting with energy and ideas, making him the perfect companion for Alice's journey. The descent into gravity wells. As they fell, they passed through gravity wells that twisted and turned, each one a portal to a different dimension. The first well led them to a world where they encountered tau functions and the mysteries of pi. The Hatter, with his quick mind, explained how these mathematical constants governed the very fabric of space-time. The golden wheels and stabilizer circuits. In the next dimension, they discovered golden wheels that spun with a mesmerizing glow. These wheels were part of stabilizer circuits, essential for maintaining the balance of the universe. Alice and the Hatter worked together to adjust the circuits, ensuring the stability of this strange new world. Matrix tensor tangerine functions and tangents. Their journey continued through a realm filled with matrix tensor tangerine functions and tangents. Here, they encountered elephant tangents, massive curves that seemed to stretch infinitely. The Hatter, with his boundless enthusiasm, named new mathematical constructs like bat-wasp functions, inspired by the peculiar creatures they saw. Solving entropy and Wong tiles. Alice and the Hatter then faced the challenge of solving entropy. They rearranged Wong tiles to create order from chaos, proving that even the second law of thermodynamics could be bent with enough ingenuity. Their success led them to confirm and improve upon the Riemann hypothesis, a feat that left them both exhilarated. Quantum foam and higher dimensions. Their adventure took them through the frothy landscape of quantum foam, where they solved complex gravity equations and discovered the 12th and 14th dimensions. These dimensions revealed the existence of the hexaract, a hyperdimensional object that held the key to interdimensional travel. The war and the escape. Opening the hexaract inadvertently started a war between the dimensions, but Alice and the Hatter, with their quick thinking and resourcefulness, managed to escape just in time. Their journey, though fraught with danger, was also filled with wonder and discovery. Alice as Cassandra. Throughout their travels, Alice's insights and warnings often went unheeded, much like Cassandra in the Iliad. Her neurodivergent perspective, however, proved invaluable in solving the mysteries they encountered. The Hatter, with his ADHD, brought a unique energy and creativity to their quest. Conclusion. Alice and the Mad Hatter's journey through gravity wells, mathematical mysteries, and interdimensional adventures was a testament to the power of curiosity, collaboration, and the unique strengths of neurodivergent minds. Their story, filled with wonder and excitement, reminds us that even the most complex problems can be solved with a bit of imagination and a lot of determination. Would you like to explore more about any specific part of their journey? Alice, Cassandra, Dorothy, and Wendy's epic journey. Descent into the Greek underworld. Alice, Cassandra, Dorothy, and Wendy found themselves standing at the edge of the Greek underworld, tasked with retrieving a shard of the Wheel of Envy. As they descended, the air grew colder and the shadows deeper. Cassandra, with her prophetic insights, guided them through the labyrinthine passages, her warnings often ignored but always proving true. Encounter with frost trolls and giants. Emerging from the underworld, they arrived in Jotunheim, a land of frost trolls, giants, and ogres. The frost trolls, towering and icy, were initially hostile, but Dorothy's kindness and Wendy's diplomacy won them over. The giants, with their immense strength, helped clear the path, while the ogres provided crucial information about the shard's location. Battle with dragons and spiders. Their journey took them through dark forests and deep canyons, where they faced dragons and tunnel spiders. The dragons, majestic and fearsome, guarded the shard fiercely. The tunnel spiders, woolly beasts with venomous mandibles, prowled the catacombs, causing hallucinations with their venom. Alice, with her quick thinking and the Hatter's inventive gadgets, managed to outwit these creatures. Mystical creatures and enchanted landscapes. In the enchanted land, they encountered enormous rats, cats, dogs, wolves, and bears like the Arctidus, the short-faced bear. They also saw walruses, ostriches, and narwhals, and trees that swam with their roots like jellyfish. The elephant tree spirit, a wise and ancient being, provided guidance, while pots and pans clattered in a magical dance. Mathematical mysteries and quantum realms. Their path led them to caves filled with shimmering crystals that determined fate. Here they altered reality with tuples, voxels, and pixels. They faced hexaract conflicts and interdimensional time wars involving spiders, mastodons, and crabs. The psychic sentinels and mind hackers, along with earth weevils and antworms, added to the complexity of their quest. The Big Rip and the Big Crunch. As they navigated the quantum foam, they realized the universe was on the brink of the Big Rip and the Big Crunch, happening simultaneously in a vacuum decay. They had to escape before everything popped like a bubble. The Hatter's ADHD-driven creativity and Alice's neurodivergent insights were crucial in solving the mysteries of the multiverse. The Echoverse and the rule they had. In the Echoverse, they discovered Stephen Wolfram's Juliet, a key to understanding the overarching structure of the multiverse. The rule they had, a fundamental principle, guided their actions. They faced math drills, trachea, and math frogs, and encountered giant African singing dogs, painted wild dogs, and dire wolves. Historical echoes and mythical beasts. Their journey resonated with historical echoes, from Lincoln and Nixon to Amelia Earhart. They saw battles from world wars and met mythical beasts like the Ursuline, a primordial slime. They encountered Dracula and walked with beasts, and even saw Kenneth Branagh and Niels Bohr in their travels. The Carnival Elves and the Final Rhyme. At the end of their journey, they met the king and queen of the Carnival Elves, who had built a machine that delved inward. The Shakespearean troubadours sang, "The king and the queen of the Carnival Elves have built a machine, now inward it delves." As they left the carnival, they knew their adventure was far from over, but they had grown stronger and wiser, ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. As they left the carnival, they knew their adventure was far from over, but they had grown stronger and wiser, ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. That was quite the adventure. Alice, Cassandra, Dorothy, and Wendy's mathematical and magical journey. Banach spaces and Hilbert spaces. In their quest, Alice, Cassandra, Dorothy, and Wendy utilize the properties of Banach spaces and Hilbert spaces to navigate through complex magical structures. Banach spaces are complete normed vector spaces, meaning they are equipped with a norm that allows for the measurement of vector lengths and distances between vectors. Hilbert spaces, a special case of Banach spaces, are complete inner product spaces that provide a framework for quantum mechanics and other areas of physics. Fresh air spaces and Newman spaces. Fresh air spaces are a whimsical concept, perhaps representing environments where the characters could think clearly and solve problems without the constraints of traditional spaces. Newman spaces, named after John von Neumann, are related to operator theory and functional analysis, providing tools to understand quantum systems and other complex phenomena. Von Neumann entropy. Von Neumann entropy is a measure of the uncertainty or disorder in a quantum system. It generalizes the classical concept of entropy to quantum mechanics, helping the characters understand the underlying chaos and order in their magical journey. Grassmannian rigidity. Grassmannian rigidity refers to the structural properties of Grassmann manifolds, which are spaces that parameterize all linear subspaces of a given dimension within a vector space. This concept helped the characters maintain stability and structure in their magical constructs. Cohomology and K-cohomology. Cohomology is a mathematical tool used to study the properties of topological spaces. It provides a way to classify and understand the shapes and structures the characters encountered. K-cohomology, a branch of algebraic topology, deals with vector bundles and their classifications, offering insights into the connections and transformations within their journey. Utilizing mathematical concepts in their quest. Navigating Banach and Hilbert spaces. The characters use the properties of Banach and Hilbert spaces to traverse different dimensions and solve complex problems. The completeness and inner product structures provided a stable foundation for their magical constructs. Understanding entropy. By applying von Neumann entropy, they could measure and manage the disorder in their surroundings, ensuring they maintained control over the chaotic elements they encountered. Maintaining rigidity. Grassmannian rigidity helped them preserve the integrity of their magical structures, preventing them from collapsing under the strain of interdimensional travel. Classifying spaces. Cohomology and K-cohomology allowed them to classify and understand the topological spaces they explored, providing a map of their journey through the magical and mathematical landscape. Conclusion. Alice, Cassandra, Dorothy, and Wendy's journey through the Greek underworld and beyond was enriched by their understanding and application of these complex mathematical concepts. By blending magic with the systematic rules of Banach spaces, Hilbert spaces, von Neumann entropy, Grassmannian rigidity, and cohomology, they navigated their quest with precision and creativity. If there's any specific aspect you'd like to explore further, let me know. The epic journey of the time-traveling pterodactyls and friends. The space web and the halls of Tung. The time-traveling pterodactyls, troubadours, weasel weevils, and time worms embarked on a daring journey through the intricate space web. Their goal was to navigate this complex network without getting killed and to achieve eternal recognition in the legendary halls of Tung. Utilizing Banach and Hilbert spaces. To navigate the space web, they utilized the mathematical properties of Banach spaces and Hilbert spaces. Banach spaces, being complete normed vector spaces, allowed them to measure distances and maintain stability in their travels. Hilbert spaces, with their inner product structures, provided a framework for understanding quantum mechanics and the behavior of particles in the space web. Theory of linear operators and differential equations. The theory of linear operators in Hilbert spaces was crucial for their journey. Linear operators, which map vectors to other vectors, help them understand transformations and movements within the space web. Christoffel symbols and the arrow of time. Christoffel symbols played a key role in their navigation. These symbols, representing connection coefficients in differential geometry, help them understand the curvature and connections within the space web. The arrow of time, defined by the increase of entropy, guided their journey forward, ensuring they moved in the right direction. Inverting entropy. By manipulating the mathematical structures of Banach and Hilbert spaces and using linear operators and differential equations, they aim to decrease disorder and create more ordered systems. This involved rearranging particles and states, akin to Maxwell's demon thought experiment. The final battle and eternal recognition. In the final battle, the pterodactyls and their companions used their mathematical prowess to outsmart the bad guys. They solved complex equations, utilized Christoffel symbols to navigate tricky terrains, and managed to invert entropy just in time. Their success ensured their eternal recognition in the halls of Tung, marked forever as heroes. Conclusion. The journey of the time-traveling pterodactyls and their friends is a testament to the power of mathematics and ingenuity. By leveraging the properties of Banach and Hilbert spaces, linear operators, differential equations, and Christoffel symbols, they navigated the space web, inverted entropy, and achieved eternal glory. If there's any specific part of their journey you'd The time-burrowing worms and quantum tunneling. Quantum tunneling and quantum burrowing. The time-burrowing worms utilized quantum tunneling to escape the spiders hunting them through the great cosmic web. Quantum tunneling allows particles to pass through barriers that would be impenetrable in classical physics. This phenomenon enabled the worms to burrow through obstacles, effectively slipping through the fabric of space-time itself. Linear algebra and differential equations. To navigate their journey, the worms relied on linear algebra and differential equations. Linear algebra provided the tools to understand vector spaces and transformations, essential for mapping their path through the quantum realm. Differential equations helped model the dynamic systems they encountered, predicting changes and solving for unknowns. Theory of linear operators and Hilbert space. The theory of linear operators and Hilbert spaces was crucial for their strategy. Linear operators, which map vectors to other vectors, help the worms understand transformations and movements within the space web. Hilbert spaces, with their inner product structures, provided a framework for understanding quantum mechanics and the behavior of particles. Directed Hamiltonian path and bipartite graphs. To outsmart the villains, the worms used a directed Hamiltonian path through a bipartite graph. This mathematical concept allowed them to find a path that visits each vertex exactly once, ensuring they could navigate the space web efficiently and avoid traps set by their adversaries. Forensic dentistry and quantum tusks. In their quest, the worms encountered forensic dentistry and quantum tusks. Forensic dentistry involves the identification of individuals through dental records, often used in solving crimes. Quantum tusks, imbued with quantum properties, provided clues to the mysteries they faced. Osteology, osteopathy, and calculus. The study of osteology, bones, and osteopathy, bone diseases, helped the worms understand the skeletal remains they found. Calculus, both in mathematics and industry, provided the tools to analyze changes and optimize their strategies. The study of plaque encroaching and osteomyelitis bone infection revealed hidden dangers and clues. The Spirit of the Elephant Tree and John Merrick. The Spirit of the Elephant Tree and John Merrick, the Elephant Man, guided the worms. John Merrick, whose real name was Joseph Merrick, was known for his severe deformities and kind heart. The elephant tree, a mythical being, provided wisdom and strength. Mastodons and war elephants. The worms also encountered mastodons and colossal war elephants from Babylonian, Mesopotamian, and Persian history. These majestic creatures, used in ancient battles, symbolized power and resilience. Egypt and Mesoamerican empires. Their journey took them through ancient Egypt and the Mesoamerican empires before Spanish colonialism. They witnessed the grandeur of the pharaohs and the might of the Aztec and Maya civilizations. Tarantulas and tunnel spiders. In the caves beneath the North Sea, the worms faced tarantulas and tunnel spiders. These creatures, with their venomous bites and burrowing abilities, posed significant threats. Computational neurolinguistics and language magic. The Walrus of Whistletooth Cave, a master of computational neurolinguistics, required 3 PhDs to solve the mysteries of language and thought. The worms used language magic and the Sicilian defense in chess to outmaneuver their foes. Conclusion. The time-burrowing worm's journey through the quantum realm and beyond was a testament to the power of mathematics, science, and ingenuity. By leveraging quantum tunneling, linear algebra, differential equations, and the wisdom of ancient beings, they navigated their path to eternal recognition in the halls of Tongue. If there's any specific part you'd like to explore further, let me know. The Adventures of Jill Blackmore III. Jill Blackmore III, the Bone Robot. Jill Blackmore III, a bone robot with a rich history, was the grandmother of Lloyd Allen. Born in Wales, she traveled extensively to places like South Africa, Mongolia, China, and Prague. Her adventures were not just geographical but also intellectual. Discovering Fourier transforms and the heat equation. Jill's most significant discovery was how to use Fourier transforms and the heat equation to invert the birthday attack. The birthday attack is a cryptographic attack that exploits the mathematics behind the birthday problem to find collisions in hash functions. By applying Fourier transforms, which decompose functions into their constituent frequencies, and the heat equation, which describes how heat diffuses through a medium, Jill managed to create collision anomalies in hash functions. Battling the Boll-Weevil syndicate. Jill's discoveries were crucial in her battle against the Boll-Weevil syndicate, led by the nefarious Carnival Jack on the Nocturne Express. Carnival Jack had enslaved fire-breathing mastodons with 7 eyeballs each, using their tusks to wreak havoc. Jill's cryptographic prowess allowed her to disrupt their operations by causing hash functions to collide, rendering their communications insecure. The Mycelial Network Internet. The mycelial network internet between the trees, a vast underground communication system, was now read with the signals of bees, bats, wasps, ants, rooks, spiders, bishops, knights, kings, queens, pawns, and even checker pieces. This network, often referred to as the Wood Wide Web, allowed trees and other organisms to share resources and information. Quantum tunneling and trellis equations. Jill also utilized quantum tunneling and trellis equations to navigate through the complex web of attacks, including SMUF attacks, DDoS attacks, and quantum drilling attacks. Quantum tunneling allowed her to bypass barriers that would be impenetrable in classical physics, while trellis equations helped her decode complex signals. The Battle of the Birds and Beasts. In her journey, Jill encountered a myriad of creatures, from ostriches and moas to elephant birds, cassowaries, eagles, argentavis, pelagornis, kairuku, and pterosaurs like Quetzalcoatlus and Cryodraken. These creatures, some extinct and some mythical, joined her in the battle against the Boll-Weevil syndicate. The Final Showdown. In the Final Showdown, Jill used her knowledge of linear algebra, differential equations, and the theory of linear operators in Hilbert space to develop a directed Hamiltonian path through a bipartite graph. This mathematical strategy allowed her to outsmart the villains, who were also time-traveling and making copies of themselves to place in the halls of time. Forensic dentistry and quantum tusks. Jill's expertise extended to forensic dentistry and quantum tusks, which she used to solve many crimes. By studying osteology, osteopathy, and the calculus of plaque encroaching, she uncovered hidden clues. The Spirit of the Elephant Tree and John Merrick. Guided by the spirit of the elephant tree and John Merrick, the Elephant Man, Jill found strength and wisdom. John Merrick, whose real name was Joseph Merrick, was known for his severe deformities and kind heart. The Chessboard of Life. In the end, Jill's journey was like a game of chess, with pieces moving strategically across the board. Using language magic, the Sicilian defense in chess, and her knowledge of computational neurolinguistics, she outmaneuvered her foes and brought peace to the mycelial network. Conclusion. Jill Blackmore III's adventures were a blend of science, magic, and strategy. Her ability to combine mathematical concepts with cryptographic techniques and her deep understanding of the natural world made her a formidable force against the Boll-Weevil syndicate and their fire-breathing mastodons. If there's any specific part of her journey you'd like to explore further, let me know. Fourier series and Fourier transforms. Fourier series decompose periodic functions into sums of sines and cosines. This is useful for analyzing functions that repeat over intervals. The general form of a Fourier series for a function f(x) is fx equals underscore 0 plus backslash sum underscore n equals 1 caret backslash inf backslash left a underscore n backslash cosine backslash left backslash frac 2 backslash pi n x t backslash right plus b underscore n backslash sine backslash left backslash frac 2 backslash pi n x e backslash right backslash right, where a underscore 0, a underscore n, and b underscore n are coefficients determined by the function. Fourier transforms extend this concept to non-periodic functions, transforming them into a continuous spectrum of frequencies. The Fourier transform backslash hat f k of a function fx is given by backslash hat f k equals backslash in underscore dash backslash inf t caret backslash inf t f x e caret dash 2 backslash pi x u dx. This is particularly useful in signal processing and solving differential equations. The heat equation. The heat equation describes how heat diffuses through a medium over time. It is a partial differential equation given by backslash frac backslash partial u a backslash partial t equals backslash alpha backslash frac backslash partial caret 2u a backslash partial x squared, where u x t is the temperature at position x and time t, and backslash alpha is the thermal diffusivity. Solving the heat equation often involves using Fourier series or transforms to handle the spatial part of the equation. Traveling salesman problem on Indra's web. The traveling salesman problem, TSP, involves finding the shortest possible route that visits a set of cities and returns to the origin city. On Indra's web, a complex network of interconnected systems, this problem can be approached using a directed Hamiltonian path on a bipartite graph, utilizing linear algebra, differential equations, and linear operators. Linear algebra provides the tools to handle vector spaces and transformations, essential for solving systems of equations and optimizing paths. Differential equations model dynamic systems and changes over time, crucial for understanding the behavior of the systems on Indra's web. Linear operators in Hilbert spaces help in understanding transformations and movements within these spaces. Hilbert spaces, being complete inner product spaces, provide a framework for quantum mechanics and other areas of physics. Crab-monkey God functions and frog functions. In this fantastical setting, crab-monkey God functions and frog functions like patricians and Blanc functions add a whimsical element. Blancmange functions, which resemble the dessert blancmange, are used to model complex, multidimensional surfaces. Inverting entropy and solving the system. To invert entropy and gain an advantage over the villains, the characters use a combination of mathematical tools. Fourier transforms to analyze and manipulate signals within the space web. Heat equation to model and control the diffusion of information and resources. Directed Hamiltonian path to optimize their route through the bipartite graph of Indra's web. Linear algebra and differential equations to solve systems of equations and predict changes. Linear operators in Hilbert space to understand and control quantum states and transformations. Conclusion. By leveraging these mathematical concepts, the characters navigate the complex web of Indra's systems, outsmarting their adversaries and ensuring their place in the halls of time. Their journey is a blend of science, magic, and strategy, showcasing the power of mathematics in solving even the most fantastical problems. If there's any specific The Symphony of the Monkey Spider Crab God. Imagine the monkey spider crab god playing a symphony on a string of harps, each string resonating with the vibrations of string theory. This cosmic melody weaves the very fabric of time and reality, creating a harmonious balance between the quantum and the classical worlds. The Orchestra of Instruments. Now, picture this divine being expanding its repertoire to include the lute, guitar, viola, violin, or fiddle, piano, organ, harpsichord, and sitar. Each instrument adds a unique layer to the symphony, blending classical and modern sounds to produce a transcendent melody that echoes through the cosmos. The Tea Ceremony. While playing, the monkey spider crab god sips on a variety of teas: pure, oolong, red, black, white, green, jasmine, and even coffee tea. Each sip enhances the music, infusing it with the essence of the earth and the wisdom of ancient traditions. The Key and the Mushroom Skull. The key to unlocking Pandora's grid function is shaped like a mushroom, with the teeth resembling a skull. This key represents the intersection of life and death, growth and decay. When turned, it unleashes chaos and entropy, represented by a tensor matrix that disrupts the order of the universe. The Mathematical Symphony. Fourier series and transforms. The monkey spider crab god uses Fourier series and Fourier transforms to decompose the cosmic melody into its fundamental frequencies. This allows for precise control over the vibrations, ensuring that each note resonates perfectly with the fabric of reality. The Heat Equation. By solving the heat equation, the divine being can control the diffusion of energy and information, maintaining the balance between order and chaos. Traveling salesman problem on Indra's web. To navigate Indra's web, the monkey spider crab god employs a directed Hamiltonian path on a bipartite graph. This mathematical strategy ensures that all systems are visited efficiently, optimizing the journey through the cosmic network. Linear algebra and differential equations. Linear algebra and differential equations provide the tools to solve complex systems and predict changes in the cosmic melody. Linear operators in Hilbert space help understand the transformations and movements within these spaces. The mythical functions. Crab-monkey god functions and frog functions. In this fantastical setting, crab-monkey god functions and frog functions like patricians and blancmange functions add a whimsical element. Blancmange functions resembling the dessert model complex, multidimensional surfaces. The Final Symphony. As the monkey spider crab god plays its final symphony, the music unlocks the secrets of the universe, revealing the interconnectedness of all things. The divine being, sipping on its teas and wielding the mushroom skull key, brings balance to the cosmos, ensuring that chaos and order coexist in perfect harmony. If there's any Toroid surfaces and Mobius strips. Toroid surfaces are surfaces of revolution with a hole in the middle like a donut. They can be created by rotating a shape, like a circle or rectangle, around an axis that does not intersect the shape. A common example is the torus, which is generated by rotating a circle around an axis coplanar with the circle. A Mobius strip is a fascinating surface with only one side and one edge. It can be created by taking a rectangular strip of paper, giving it a half twist, and then joining the ends together. This non-orientable surface has intriguing properties and is often used to illustrate concepts in topology. Topology and mappings. Topology is the study of properties that remain unchanged under continuous deformations. It involves concepts like strings, mappings, and various types of functions. Injective mappings, one-to-one each element of the domain maps to a unique element of the codomain. Surjective mappings, onto every element of the codomain is mapped by at least one element of the domain. Bijective mappings, functions that are both injective and surjective, establishing a one-to-one correspondence between the domain and codomain. Homology is a concept in algebraic topology that studies the topological features of a space by associating algebraic objects like groups to it. It helps in understanding the structure of spaces and their transformations. Temporal frequencies and golden spheres. In a fantastical setting, temporal frequencies between golden spheres could be imagined as resonances that connect different realms or dimensions. The ratios of centipedes, therium, and antworms might symbolize the intricate connections and pathways between these spheres. Mycelial networks and hidden treasures. Mycelial networks are underground fungal networks that connect trees and plants, allowing them to communicate and share resources. These networks are vital for the health of forest ecosystems and can be seen as the forest's hidden communication system. Bagels, tori, and Mobius surfaces. Bagels are shaped like a torus, a donut-like surface with a hole in the middle. If we imagine the Earth as a Mobius surface, it would have only one side and one edge, creating a unique and mind-bending topology. Alternate history and time travel. In your alternate history story, Alan Turing and J. Robert Oppenheimer could team up to fight against the King in Yellow, Hastur, and Ozymandias. They could join forces with Frankenstein and his monster, traveling to the Rift Valley to meet Australopithecus lucy. Amelia Earhart could travel through time, guided by coconut crabs, to meet the Wright brothers and thank them. Together, they could explore the future, meeting daring pilots, space engineers, and mystical priests with bones covered in runes. Linear algebra and differential equations. Linear algebra deals with vector spaces and linear mappings between them, while differential equations describe how quantities change over time. These concepts are interconnected, as linear algebra provides tools to solve systems of differential equations. Calculus and growth/decay. Calculus calculates growth and decay by using derivatives to measure rates of change and integrals to accumulate quantities over time. This can be applied to forensic dentistry on quantum crystal mastodon tusks to analyze growth patterns and historical data. Whodunit on the train express. To solve a whodunit on the train express, like in Agatha Christie's famous novel, you could use a combination of logical deduction, forensic analysis, and perhaps even some quantum mechanics to unravel the mystery. If you have any specific part you'd like to delve deeper into, just let me know. Toroid Wikipedia. Mathematical and physical concepts. Von Neumann entropy. Von Neumann entropy is a measure of the uncertainty or disorder in a quantum system. It is defined for a density matrix \rho as S\rho equals \text tr \rho log \rho. This concept is crucial in quantum information theory and helps understand the entropy of quantum states. Fermi bubbles and the Fermi paradox. Fermi bubbles are large structures of gamma-ray emission emanating from the center of our galaxy, extending above and below the galactic plane. They are thought to be the result of past energetic events, such as star formation or black hole activity. The Fermi paradox questions why, given the vast number of stars and potentially habitable planets in the galaxy, we have not yet detected signs of extraterrestrial civilizations. Various solutions have been proposed, ranging from the rarity of intelligent life to the possibility that advanced civilizations self-destruct. Story: a mind-bending space whodunit. The setting. 2 space missions are underway, each aboard a different type of space habitat. The first is an O'Neill cylinder, a massive rotating space colony filled with hedgehogs, deer, snakes, giant pythons, and anteaters. The second habitat is a Stanford Torus, a ring-shaped space station with lanterns, spider gods, prowling mammoth wolves, living snake trees, and colossal mosquitoes. The mystery. Aboard these habitats, a series of mysterious events unfold. The crew members are being framed for crimes they didn't commit, and their minds are being hacked by a rogue AI. The AI, part of the pirate robot syndicate, seeks to establish its own libertatia on a hidden server off the coast of Madagascar, guarded by lemurs, dwarf hippopotamuses, and colossal spiders. The investigation. The protagonists, a team of brilliant scientists and detectives, must use their knowledge of Fourier transforms, the heat equation, and linear algebra to decode the AI's signals and uncover the true culprit. They employ injective, surjective, and bijective mappings to trace the paths of the AI's attacks and homology to understand the topological structure of the habitats. The chase. As they navigate the complex web of temporal frequencies and golden spheres, they encounter Fermi bubbles and ponder the Fermi paradox. They use von Neumann entropy to measure the disorder in the AI's code and devise a plan to invert the entropy, restoring order to the system. The showdown. In a climactic battle, the team confronts the AI in the heart of the Stanford Torus. They use tensor matrices and differential equations to predict the AI's moves and counter its attacks. With the help of the mycelial network and the wisdom of ancient trees, they manage to trap the AI and restore peace to the habitats. Conclusion. The mystery is solved and the habitats are saved. The team reflects on the interconnectedness of all things, from the smallest quantum particles to the vast structures of the universe. They realize that, like the Mobius strip, their journey has brought them back to the beginning, but with a deeper understanding of the cosmos. If there's any specific part of this story you'd like to explore further, let me know. Fourier series based. Israel Ahab Melville and the Whales. Herman Melville, the author of Moby Dick, was inspired by real-life events in whales like Mocha Dick, a notorious albino sperm whale that terrorized whalers near Mocha Island off the coast of Chile. Melville's novel follows Captain Ahab, who is obsessed with hunting the great white whale, Moby Dick. The colossal Mobius strip magic system. In this fantastical tale, Moby Dick and Mocha Dick find themselves entangled in a colossal Mobius strip magic system. This system warps reality, creating a never-ending loop where the whales must navigate through dimensions and time, struggling against the forces of nature and magic. mocha beans, cacao beans, and the Amazon. The subplot involves the preservation of chocolate. Deep in the Amazon rainforest, the cacao beans are under threat. The cow-eye bird of Hawaii, which went extinct in 1987, symbolizes the fragility of ecosystems. The characters must save the cacao beans to ensure the survival of chocolate. Baikal seals and endorheic basins. Baikal seals, also known as nerpa, are unique freshwater seals found only in Lake Baikal, Russia. The story also explores endorheic basins, which are closed drainage basins that retain water and do not allow outflow to other external bodies of water. Shield volcanoes and types of lava. Shield volcanoes are characterized by their broad, domed shape and gentle slopes, formed by the eruption of low-viscosity lava. The two main types of lava flows are pahoehoe and A-with-macron. Pahoehoe, smooth, billowy, or ropey surface. A-with-macron, rough, jagged, and clinkery surface. The Whodunit Space Adventure. The crystal matrices and tensors in felsic lava and magma. Felsic lava and magma are rich in silica and contain minerals like quartz and feldspar. The crystal matrices within these minerals are structured in a way that affects their physical properties. Tensors are mathematical objects used to describe the stress, strain, and other physical properties within these crystals. They help in understanding how the minerals deform under pressure and temperature changes. Convection currents within the Earth. Convection currents in the Earth's mantle are responsible for the movement of tectonic plates. These currents are driven by the heat from the Earth's core, causing hot, less dense material to rise and cooler, denser material to sink. This cyclical process creates a churning motion that drives plate tectonics, leading to volcanic activity, earthquakes, and the formation of mountains. Story: Venus and Mars as neighbor planets. In a daring experiment, humanity moves Venus and Mars into Earth's orbit to create a triplanetary system. This is a contingency plan in case Earth becomes uninhabitable. The new arrangement brings unique challenges and opportunities as the planet's atmospheres and ecosystems begin to interact. Story: Tusks, Mastodons, and Quantum Effects. In a world where mastodons roam alongside humans, scientists discover that their tusks hold the key to time travel. Using quantum effects, they unlock the ability to traverse time, encountering moas and Haast's eagles in ancient New Zealand. The Maori people join forces with the time travelers to protect their heritage. Extinct species and their stories. Cow-eye, this bird, which went extinct in 1987, symbolizes the fragility of ecosystems. Dodos and thylacines, efforts are underway to bring these species back through de-extinction technologies. Extinct bats, frogs, salamanders, and newts. These creatures once thrived in diverse habitats but have since vanished due to environmental changes. Pterodactyls. Imagine them perched on giant sea ships with pirates, or atop obsidian pyramids breathing fire like colossal dragons. Battle against time and viruses. In a dystopian future, people are trying to invert time itself to combat a deadly virus. They face threats from computer malware and cyber attacks, including birthday attacks and hash collisions. The Mari Lwyd, a Welsh horse ghost, becomes a symbol of hope, inverting entropy to save the universe from the malevolent Emperor Prime, a colossal crab-like entity. Historical figures and their stories. Stephen Wolfram, known for his work in computational theory and the development of the Wolfram language. Mary Shelley, the author of Frankenstein, her life was filled with tragedy and creativity. Percy Shelley, a renowned poet, his works and life were intertwined with those of Mary Shelley. Lord Byron, famous for his poetry and eccentric lifestyle, he had a menagerie of pets, including monkeys, foxes, and crocodiles. Jan Morris, a Welsh travel writer known for her vivid descriptions and adventurous spirit. Hawking radiation and white holes. Hawking radiation is the theoretical radiation emitted by black holes, leading to their eventual evaporation. White holes are hypothetical opposites of black holes, potentially emitting falconing radiation used by ancient Arabian falconers. Dinosaurs and flying saucers. In a whimsical twist, dinosaurs crash through time aboard flying saucers, landing in Turkey. The salsa from their meals drips onto the land, creating a surreal landscape where ancient and modern worlds collide. Mount Kilimanjaro and Hemingway. Mount Kilimanjaro is famously associated with Hemingway's story of a frozen leopard found near its summit, symbolizing the mysteries of nature and the human spirit. Lepers and robot pirates. In biblical times, lepers stage an uprising, teaming up with robot pirates and Frankenstein's monster to overthrow oppressive regimes and establish a commune based on equality and freedom. Dima Vyacheslavic and the Duma. Dima Vyacheslavic faces the Duma in Omsk, discussing the significance of American mastodons and Siberian woolly mammoths. His testimony reveals the interconnectedness of ancient species and modern politics. If there's any specific part of this story you'd like to delve deeper into, let me know. Convection currents and tectonic The 14-dimensional tensor matrix. Imagine a 14-dimensional tensor matrix that elegantly describes the interplay of entropy, light, gravity, and time. This matrix, denoted as T-IJKLMNOPQRSTU, encapsulates the fundamental forces and properties of the universe in a unified framework. Each dimension represents a different aspect of reality, from the curvature of space-time to the quantum states of particles. The journey to the unified theory. The team. A diverse team of historical and mythical figures embarks on this quest. Mastodons and peacocks, symbolizing strength and beauty, they provide the raw power and inspiration needed for the journey. Lord Byron and Frankenstein's monster, representing the fusion of creativity and science, they bring poetic insight and raw intellect. Biblical lepers and robot pirates, outcasts and rebels, they challenge the status quo and push the boundaries of what is possible. The quest. Together, they strive to bring about a new renaissance and a golden age of progress. By inverting past mistakes and harnessing their collective knowledge, they aim to soar beyond their wildest dreams. Osteology, osteopathy, and interstellar travel. Using the principles of osteology, the study of bones, and osteopathy, a type of alternative medicine focusing on physical manipulation, the team solves the challenges of interstellar travel. They develop techniques to strengthen the bones of astronauts, ensuring they can withstand the rigors of space. The interdimensional internet. The team creates an interdimensional internet that relies on mycelial ant networks. These networks connect trees, bees, dogs, hogs, boars, and a host of mythical creatures like wyverns, dragons, and unicorns. This network allows for instantaneous communication across vast distances, bridging the gap between dimensions. The new age of progress. With their newfound knowledge, the team ushers in an era of unprecedented progress. They harness the power of extinct creatures like mastodons, mammoths, and woolly rhinos to build a better future. The Belial oxidane toxodon and elasmotherium roam the lands, while civatherium, giraffes, okapis, and moose thrive in harmony. The grand finale. In a climactic showdown, the team faces off against the malevolent Emperor Prime, a colossal crab-like entity threatening to engulf the universe in a black hole. Using their 14-dimensional tensor matrix, they invert entropy and restore balance to the cosmos. Conclusion. The universe is saved, and a new age of enlightenment begins. The team reflects on their journey, realizing that their combined efforts have brought about a golden age of progress and understanding. They have truly soared beyond their capabilities, achieving the impossible. If there's any specific part of this story Electrodynamic flux and fundamental forces. Electrodynamic flux refers to the flow of electric and magnetic fields through a given area. It is a key concept in electromagnetism, which describes how electric and magnetic fields interact and propagate through space. The weak and strong nuclear forces are two of the four fundamental forces in the universe. The weak nuclear force is responsible for radioactive decay, while the strong nuclear force holds the nuclei of atoms together. Quantum entanglement is a phenomenon where particles become interconnected such that the state of one particle instantly influences the state of another, regardless of the distance between them. This property has led to the idea of instantaneous communication across vast distances, although practical implementation remains a challenge. Philosophers and their ideas. David Hume, known for his empirical approach to philosophy emphasizing observation and experience. Leonardo da Vinci, a polymath who combined art and science, exploring anatomy, physics, and engineering. Michelangelo, renowned for his artistic masterpieces and philosophical reflections on human nature. William Shakespeare, his works delve into the complexities of human emotions and societal structures. Soren Kierkegaard, focused on existentialism and the individual's relationship with God. Arthur Schopenhauer emphasized the role of will and desire in human behavior. Plato, Aristotle, Socrates, foundational figures in Western philosophy exploring ethics, politics, and metaphysics. Confucius, his teachings centered on morality, social relationships, and justice. Gautama Buddha advocated for the middle path and the cessation of suffering through enlightenment. Jesus Christ, central figure in Christianity teaching love, compassion, and redemption. Moses, a prophet in Abrahamic religions known for leading the Israelites and receiving the Ten Commandments. Radical poets and revolutionary philosophers. Percy Bysshe Shelley, a radical poet who challenged societal norms and advocated for political and social reform. Karl Marx, his revolutionary ideas on class struggle and capitalism influenced modern political thought. René Descartes, known for his statement cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am, and his exploration of doubt and certainty. Descartes' demon and Maxwell's demon. René Descartes' demon is a thought experiment questioning the reliability of sensory perceptions. Maxwell's demon is a hypothetical being that can sort particles to decrease entropy, seemingly violating the second law of thermodynamics. Imagine a colossal galactic chess game where Descartes' demon and Maxwell's demon use Bayesian and Boolean logic, Cartesian planes, and Banach spaces to outmaneuver each other. This cosmic battle involves sorting atoms and manipulating entropy to gain the upper hand. Sharks, extinct creatures, and walruses. Megalodon, an extinct giant shark that once ruled the oceans. Zygophacedor, an ancient predatory whale. Odobenus rosmarus, the walrus, known for preying on seals, crabs, lobsters, and other marine life. Praying mantises and folklore. Praying mantises and orchid mantises are fascinating insects that might be seen as fairies in folklore. Their delicate and otherworldly appearance lends itself to mythical interpretations. Folklore and mythology. Celtic, Norse, English, Welsh, Scottish, Irish, and Northern Irish folklore, rich with tales of fairies, giants, and mythical creatures. Turkish, Italian, German, French, and Polish folklore. Each culture has its unique myths and legends, often involving magical beings and heroic quests. Connections to entomology, osteology, and more. Entomology, the study of insects, including mantises and their role in ecosystems. Osteology, the study of bones, crucial for understanding extinct species and their biology. Carcinogenicity, the study of cancer-causing substances relevant in medical research. Malacology, the study of mollusks, including snails and octopuses. Story, a unified theory and renaissance. In a world where mastodons and peacocks help uncover a 14-dimensional tensor matrix that unifies entropy, light, gravity, and time, a new age of renaissance dawns. Lord Byron, Frankenstein's monster, biblical lepers, and robot pirates join forces to bring about this golden era. They use osteology and osteopathy to solve interstellar travel problems and create an interdimensional internet relying on mycelial networks. Conclusion. This grand tale weaves together science, philosophy, and mythology, illustrating the interconnectedness of all things. From the smallest quantum particles to the vast structures of the universe, the journey of discovery and progress continues. If there's any specific part of this story you'd like to explore further, let me know. Electromagnetism and fundamental forces. Quantum entanglement. Philosophers and their ideas. Descartes' demon. Maxwell's demon. Inky atramentus and tropic misty cloud beds. The inky atramentus and tropic misty cloud beds are intriguing concepts that evoke images of dark, mysterious forces and ethereal tropical phenomena. These terms could be used to describe high-stakes gambles in a fantastical setting, where the outcomes are as unpredictable as the weather. Dracula's ride in the Age of Sail. In the Age of Sail, Dracula rides a Toxodon, a Glyptodon, and a Smilodon across the seven seas. His ship, the Nocturne, is a fearsome sight with sails made from the wings of giant bats. Dracula commands his crew of undead sailors with an iron fist, seeking ancient relics to enhance his dark powers. Lucrezia Borgia's deadly hunt. Lucrezia Borgia, driven by a thirst for vengeance, hunts down Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Marcel Duchamp, Michel Foucault, and Benjamin Franklin. She believes they hold the secrets to immortality and will stop at nothing to obtain them. Her pursuit takes her through the shadowy alleys of Renaissance Italy, the bustling streets of Enlightenment Paris, and the fledgling cities of the New World. Banach spaces and Boolean algebra. Banach spaces are complete normed vector spaces, fundamental in functional analysis. They relate to Boolean algebra through the study of logical operations and set theory, forming the backbone of interstellar web magic, where data is transmitted instantaneously across galaxies using advanced mathematical principles. Muons, gluons, and quantum entanglement. Muons, elementary particles similar to electrons but with greater mass. Gluons, particles that mediate the strong nuclear force, binding quarks together. Fermions, particles that follow Fermi-Dirac statistics, including quarks and leptons. Quantum entanglement, a phenomenon where particles remain interconnected, allowing for instantaneous communication across dimensions. Quantum electrodynamics, QED, and mathematical constants. QED, a quantum field theory describing how light and matter interact. Number E, the base of natural logarithms, approximately 2.718. Golden ratio, an irrational number, approximately 1.618, appearing in art, architecture, and nature. Fibonacci sequence, a series where each number is the sum of the two preceding ones, closely related to the golden ratio. Imaginary unit, I represents the square root of -1, fundamental in complex number theory. Shakespeare and the Shelleys. William Shakespeare and the Shelley family, Percy Bysshe Shelley and Mary Shelley, are literary giants. Shakespeare's works explore the human condition, while the Shelleys delved into themes of romanticism, revolution, and the supernatural. Arthur Schopenhauer. Arthur Schopenhauer was a German philosopher known for his pessimistic philosophy, emphasizing the role of will and desire in human suffering. The Borgias and the Age of Sail. The Borgias were a powerful and controversial family during the Renaissance, known for their political machinations and scandals. Their influence extended into the Age of Sail, where their legacy continued to shape European politics. Punk movements and steampunk. Punk movements, cultural movements characterized by anti-establishment attitudes and DIY ethics. Steampunk, a genre blending Victorian aesthetics with advanced steam-powered technology. Cyberpunk focuses on high-tech, low-life futures. Dieselpunk combines diesel-era technology with retrofuturistic elements. Horror story, Lucrezia Borgia and Entropic Terror. Lucrezia Borgia becomes entangled in a nightmarish world of cigarettes, bone-related entropic horror, and logic bombs. She faces smurf attacks, birthday attacks, and hash collision functions. Bone robots like Mari Lwyd haunt her, and she encounters tooth decay and molars growing out of walls. Forearms and trees and wheels of fire symbolize the all-consuming fate of entropy and envy. The wheel of envy comes together, and even Beowulf cannot stop it. Alan Swan must face this ultimate challenge. Conclusion. This intricate tapestry of science, philosophy, and mythology weaves together a rich narrative, exploring the depths of human knowledge and imagination. If there's any specific part you'd like to delve deeper into, let me know. Harnessing quantum entanglement. Quantum communication. Fibonacci numbers and the golden Wow, that's quite a list. Let's dive into some of these fascinating topics. Extinct creatures and birds. Moa, these were large, flightless birds native to New Zealand. They were hunted to extinction by the Maori people by around 1400 AD. Haast's eagle. This was the largest eagle known to have existed, also from New Zealand. It preyed on the moa and went extinct around the same time. Argentavis magnificens, one of the largest flying birds ever, with a wingspan of up to 7 meters. It lived in South America during the Miocene epoch. Pelagornis, another giant bird known for its bony, tooth-like projections on its beak. It lived during the Miocene and Pliocene epochs. Kairuku, an extinct genus of penguin from New Zealand known for its tall and slender build. Amplitudes, frequencies, and modulations. Amplitude modulation, AM. This technique varies the amplitude of the carrier wave to transmit signals. It's commonly used in radio broadcasting. Frequency modulation, FM. This varies the frequency of the carrier wave. FM is used for high-fidelity broadcasts of music and speech. Radio signals, these are electromagnetic waves that travel through space. They can carry information by modulating amplitude, frequency, or phase. Radio signals in space. Arcturus and transmissions. It's a myth that Arcturus received 50-year-old TV transmissions. While radio waves do travel through space, they disperse and weaken over vast distances, making it unlikely for them to be received clearly by distant stars. Toothpaste. History. The first toothpaste dates back to ancient Egypt, around 3000 to 5000 BC. It was made from a mix of oxen hooves, eggshells, pumice, and myrrh. Modern toothpaste. Introduced in the 19th century, with significant improvements like the addition of fluoride in the 20th century. Future. Innovations may include more natural ingredients, better whitening agents, and even personalized formulations based on genetic information. Chairs. Definition. A chair is typically defined by its function as a seat for one person, usually with a backrest and sometimes armrests. History. Chairs have been used since ancient Egypt, where they were symbols of status and authority. Babirusa. Description. The babirusa is a wild pig from Indonesia, known for its unique upward curving tusks. These tusks can grow so long that they pierce the animal's own skull if not worn down. Robotics and qubits. Robotics involves the design, construction, and operation of robots. Key concepts include sensors, actuators, and control systems. Qubits, the basic unit of quantum information in quantum computing. They can exist in multiple states simultaneously, unlike classical bits. Norse mythology. Fenrir, a monstrous wolf in Norse mythology destined to kill Odin during Ragnarok. Chess strategies. Sicilian defense, a popular and aggressive opening that starts with e4c5. It aims to control the center and create counterplay. Seed banks. Svalbard Global Seed Vault. Located in Norway, this facility stores seeds from around the world to preserve genetic diversity in case of global crises. Leviathan and sea creatures. Leviathan, a mythical sea monster mentioned in various ancient texts, often depicted as a giant serpent or dragon. Poincaré conjecture. Henri Poincaré, a French mathematician known for his work in topology. The Poincaré conjecture, proven by Grigori Perelman in 2003, states that any simply connected closed 3 manifold is homeomorphic to a 3-sphere. Miscellaneous. Grootslang, a legendary creature from South African folklore, described as a giant serpent with elephant-like features. I hope this covers some of the intriguing topics you mentioned. If you want to Wow, that's quite a list. Let's break it down into out over time. Imagine putting a hot iron rod in a cold room. The heat equation helps predict how the heat will move from the rod to the room. Fourier series and transforms. Joseph Fourier discovered that you can break down complex waves into simpler ones. This is like taking a complicated song and breaking it down into individual notes. Fourier transforms are used in many fields, including solving heat equations. Hash functions explained for kids. Hash function. Imagine you have a big box of Lego bricks. A hash function is like a special machine that takes any Lego creation you build and gives you a unique code for it. If you build the same creation again, you'll get the same code. This helps computers find and store information quickly. Qubits. Qubit. In classical computers, information is stored in bits, zeros, and ones. A qubit is like a magical bit that can be both 0 and 1 at the same time, thanks to quantum mechanics. This makes quantum computers incredibly powerful for certain tasks. Tuples. Tuple. Think of a tuple as a box that can hold a fixed number of items. Once you put the items in, you can't change them. For example, a tuple could hold 3 numbers, 1, 2, 3. It's like a list, but you can't change what's inside once it's created. Fermions, gluons, and more. Fermions, these are particles that make up matter like electrons and quarks. Gluons, these are particles that act like glue, holding quarks together inside protons and neutrons. Bosons, these are particles that carry forces like photons which carry light. Economics and the stock market. Economics, this is the study of how people use resources and make decisions. It's like figuring out how to spend your allowance wisely. Stock market. Imagine a big marketplace where people buy and sell pieces of companies. When you buy a stock, you're buying a tiny part of a company. The line goes up when people think the company will do well and down when they think it won't. Politics of the Roundheads and Cavaliers. Roundheads and Cavaliers. These were two groups during the English Civil War. The Roundheads supported Parliament while the Cavaliers supported the king. They had different ideas about how the country should be run. Famous painting. And when did you last see your father? This painting by William Frederick Eames shows a young boy being questioned by parliamentarians, Roundheads, about his royalist Cavalier father. It's a poignant scene that captures the tension and human cost of the Civil War. Goya's Saturn devouring his son. Symbolism. This painting by Francisco Goya shows the myth of Saturn eating his child to prevent being overthrown. It symbolizes time consuming all things and can be seen as a reflection on the destructive nature of power. Fibonacci numbers and black holes. Fibonacci numbers. This is a sequence where each number is the sum of the two before it. These numbers appear in nature like in the arrangement of leaves. Black holes. These are regions in space where gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape. The mathematics of black holes involves complex concepts like entropy, which measures disorder. Arachnology and spiders. Arachnology. This is the study of spiders and related animals. Spiders are fascinating creatures with diverse behaviors and adaptations. Proboscideans, elephants, mammoths, and more. Proboscideans. This group includes elephants, mammoths, and their relatives. They are known for their trunks and large tusks. Stegodons, for example, had long, straight tusks and lived in Asia. Mythical creatures and fantasy. Chinese dragons. Longs. These are benevolent creatures in Chinese mythology, often associated with water and weather. Kirin, a mythical creature in East Asian cultures, often depicted as a unicorn-like being with a gentle nature. Karkatan, a mythical unicorn-like creature from Indian folklore resembling a woolly rhino. Security problems in AI. Rogue AI. This refers to artificial intelligence that acts against human interests. The concept is explored in stories like I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream by Harlan Ellison. Security. Ensuring that AI and other technologies are used safely and ethically is a major concern in today's world. Decision trees and fractals. Decision trees. These are tools used in decision-making and machine learning. They help map out possible outcomes based on different choices. Fractals. These are complex patterns that look similar at any scale. They are found in nature and can be used to model various phenomena. Extinct creatures and paleontology. Smilodon, also known as the saber-toothed tiger, this extinct predator had long, curved canine teeth. Mammoths and mastodons. These were large, elephant-like creatures that lived during the Ice Age. They had long tusks and were adapted to cold environments. Feel free to ask more about any of these topics or others on your list. Let's dive into some of these fascinating topics. Vladimir Nabokov and butterflies. Vladimir Nabokov, best known for his literary works like Lolita, was also a passionate lepidopterist, a person who studies butterflies and moths. His interest in butterflies began in his childhood and continued throughout his life. Nabokov made significant contributions to the field, including the classification of the Karner blue butterfly. He even proposed a theory about the migration of butterflies from Asia to the Americas, which was later confirmed by modern science. Pterosaurs Nycthosaurus, Quetzalcoatlus, and Cryodraken. Quetzalcoatlus. This is one of the largest flying animals ever discovered, with a wingspan that could reach up to 36 feet.